All right, are we good? Are we live? I think we are. Hello all and welcome back to the Women's Football Chat Live. The WSL is back from its winter break and that means we're back with WSL live streams. We returned yesterday with some Premier League action out in France. Today though, we're back with the English Domestic League and we start with Leicester versus Tottenham. Should be a really interesting game. Two sides who I think have probably underperformed expectations. Well, Tottenham's performance have been there, but the results have been. Leicester have been, I think, poorer than people expected. How does that then factor into how you view today's game, Harry?
I think it's very interesting. It sets the first half of the season has set these two sides up in very interesting circumstances going into the second half of the season. I think they both come into 2025 with a point to prove, but for different reasons. As you say, Tottenham, despite the fact they sat in sixth going into this year, they, for me, haven't played as well as they did last season, and they've got a bit fortunate at times. So they've got a point to prove. They've got to prove that they deserve to be in that top half, and they are still a very good football team. As for Leicester, I mean, the lack of goals and the struggling up front has really cost them. They find themselves in a really tough spot. They are well in that relegation fight. Yeah. They have to up the performances in 2025. If not, they could find themselves in a really dire situation come the end of the campaign. But they've already played a competitive game in 2025. They blew Stoke out the water. That's exactly what they needed. Get 4 goals under your belt, play well. Tottenham, their game was called off. So they're still yet to play in this year. This is their first competitive match. Going to be very interesting. It'll be interesting to see if that sharpness from Leicester will give them a faster start or give them any edge.
Yeah, it's good to see Leicester amongst the goals there. I think as well, if there's any game in the WSL you want to try and get some goals in, it's going to be against Tottenham, one of the worst defences in the league this season. I think only Crystal Palace have conceded more goals. So fairly porous at the back. So this is definitely an opportunity for Leicester. I know their attack hasn't been particularly clinical. Obviously, they've struggled with injuries to Naomi Mouchon and Jutta Rantala. But overall, it's still, they have still got some good players. I think January is going to be really important for them. They haven't really done anything yet.
They haven't, and that is something I think they do need to look at. As for Tottenham, they have been busy, and one of their signings does start today, and they've reinforced the back line, and they've done it with an old Leicester goalkeeper, Lisa Cobb.
By buying it from Leicester. With that said, let's have a look at the lineups for today. Then we'll start with the home side, Tottenham. We are, of course, at the Chigwell Construction? That's the Gorham Group Stadium. I thought we've moved, or that might be a different stadium. Either way. That's
West Ham is
Gorham Group Stadium for Tottenham. It's a 4-4-2 today for Spurs. In goal, it's the new signing, Lisa Kopp, coming straight into the starting fold. In the back four, Neville, Bartrip, Beulah and Amanda Nilden. Then it's a 4 of Raso, Artinen, Oros and Jess Naz. And then you've got Drew Spence, who'll play just off the striker. And then, of course, Beth England. So actually, I think it'll be Artinen and Spence as the pivot. And then Oros playing that attacking midfield role. Strong team for Tottenham. Do you agree with all the selections there? It feels like they're finally back to what looks more full strength.
Yeah, very much so. It's a side that have really packed a punch going forwards this season, but defensively have been an absolute shambles. They have to be more structured today. They've got a really good opportunity to pick up a clean sheet today against a side who haven't scored many goals. And as you say, bringing in Lisa Kopp from Leicester, starting her first Tottenham game will be against her former side. So very interesting for her, but for Tottenham, that's a huge signing, a goalkeeper that I think you can rely on and that is good enough to start in the WSL very consistently and will hopefully just reassure that defence and bring a bit more structure and organisation at the back there. So for Tottenham, they'll be hoping that pays off. No Olivia Holt in the squad because I still believe that transfer is being sorted out or she's not in the squad, which is a shame for Tottenham, but a player that once she can play and is involved in the matchday team will help them in attacking areas. But nonetheless, Beth England's been on fire and that's kind of got them through the season so far.
Yeah, and to be fair, when Maita Oros has played this season for them, she's looked fairly decent and creatively, so I think that should be fine today. I will say on the Lisa Kopp signing, I think it's a really good addition. I do feel somewhat for Eleanor Heaps. I thought she looked really good before, obviously, the end of the year, but it is. I think it is an upgrade in that position that was due.
Yeah.
Let's have a look then at the visitors. In goal, it's Janina Leitzig, a back four of Bott, Keys, Howard and Ale. Then in the pivot, it's Lass and Ruby Mace. On one side, it's going to be Cayman. On the other, Goodwin, Mamiki attack midfield, Takarada leading the line. It's very difficult to piece together Leicester because it could easily be Janice Cayman leading the line, Takarada playing deeper. We could see Cayman out wide, Takarada up front. they've got a lot of versatility in that attacking area, and there doesn't seem to be anyone they trust at the moment to lead the line. We've seen Ruby Mace lead the line at times this season. They just don't really have a striker, which is a problem.
Yeah, it's absolutely bizarre. It's an incredible scenario to find themselves in, where their defensive midfielders are like rotating as their front leader, and I've never known a football club to be in such a scenario, but they are having to adapt. But it's just, as you say, it's just not working for Leicester this season. They need to find more goals. If not, they will be in big trouble come the end of the campaign. Defensively, they've been superb. That back four have looked really strong, and it's been a really good season for Janina Leipzig as well. So no problems there in the defensive third of the pitch. It's that attacking third. They need to start to make a difference in games. And as you say, perfect opportunity today against a goalkeeper that you know, and against a defence that has been so leaky this season. Huge opportunity for Leicester to get some goals, or find the back of the net.
I have been surprised to see that Leicester haven't been linked to or haven't made a move on any forwards.
Yeah.
Especially when you look at other teams in the league who have addressed their forward issues, especially Everton, who've already signed 2 strikers this window. You would expect it to see more from Leicester so far. Perhaps they know that Yutarantala will be back relatively soon, but even so, that's not a striker.
No.
So I'd be surprised they don't sign a striker. I think it's a necessity if Leicester want to be safe this season.
Yeah, they have to, because Takarada isn't going to So I mean, she might, maybe 2025 will be her year, but she's not suddenly going to put a good run of form together and start scoring goals because she's not a striker.
Yeah.
And
even Crystal Palace have signed Clarissa Larissy.
Yeah, just go out. There are plenty of strikers. If Leicester just brings, it's difficult because obviously once Mouchon's back, she will start, but she's not going to be back for months. And you can't. Yeah, you might not. They might not want to sign a striker because they've got Mouchon and they were happy with that, but Mouchon won't be happy if she's playing in the Championship next season. That is as simple as that. They have to find someone who can provide enough goals to keep them in the division, because they're in a really tough spot. If they keep failing to score, they will keep losing games, and eventually they will find themselves bottom of the league. And that cannot afford to happen for Leicester, because that'd be a huge disappointment.
Well, Rantala would definitely leave on a free.
Oh yeah,
if that is the case. Do get involved in the live chat. HB, good to see you. Says, so happy the WSL is back. Happy New Year, brothers. Good to see you, HB. Welcome back. Joshua Dozy, Gary O'Neill is not going to Aston Villa women. It's just not happening. I don't know what to tell you, mate. It's not what's happening. But it will be interesting to see who goes in there permanently as Aston Villa manager. They started well yesterday, but then Everton managed to get a late equaliser. I think it's a really important point for Everton.
It is, but to be fair, similar to the Slager situation, Sean Goat is still unbeaten. So, yeah, and you can't fault him. Yeah. Well, yeah, he's done a really good job, and the Sean Goat era at Aston Villa is doing pretty well. They should have won the game last night, but an Everton side who did rely on Brosnan at times, but also had their moments. I think it'll be a decent point away from home.
Yeah.
But as you say, I think, as AHB said, great to be back. WSL in full swing, a brilliant day of action today, and I just hope it delivers. And you've got to remember, I think it's a really weird scenario with this game today, especially, is that these two sides look nowhere near the two sides that got to the FA Cup semi-final and played each other. That feels for me. These two sides look miles off where they were last season, and I hope that doesn't disappoint, because as I said, that FA Cup semi-final last season was a brilliant match.
Time really does fly, because in 7-8 months, these two sides have gone from the biggest moment in their club's history, really.
Yeah,
both featuring in that semi-final, and then obviously, Tottenham's biggest moment probably going to Wembley. Subsequently, but yeah, they played out a brilliant game, really competitive fixture, really tight game, and now, as you're saying, a few 8 months, 9 months on, and we're sat here talking about how Tottenham have underwhelmed and how Leicester need to avoid being relegated. So it really has been, as time flies. If you're not moving forwards in football, you are moving backwards. With sides like Brighton improving massively, with I think the overall quality in the WSL, with Crystal Palace coming in and posing more respect than Bristol City, I think the quality has risen, and that has seen sides like Tottenham and Leicester in a little bit of trouble.
And what gets even worse is that, especially I think from Tottenham's point of view, is and from Leicester to be fair, is the teams that struggled in the first half of the season or at the start of the campaign look like they're starting to get back to their best. Aston Villa have looked much better than they have all season. That's concerning for Tottenham because they could jump them. Liverpool were another one on Friday night. They looked miles better than they have all campaign, and that will be a huge worry because they're going to start to climb the table again, and then suddenly Tottenham start dropping more and more, and Leicester get further and further away from those kind of teams. So today's game is really important. We're into the second half of the season now. there's still quite a few games to go. But even with that said, if you lose these next couple, suddenly it's a bit like, oh my days, we've only got 8-9 games left and we're in trouble.
Yeah. Alex says, my dream was Janina comes to Wolfsburg this summer to replace Merla, but seems unlikely now with Kopp leaving also. Yeah, I saw a Tottenham fan talking about this the other day, how it's a good signing, Lisa Kopp, but if she was back up to Janina Leipzig at Leicester, why not sign Janina Leipzig?
That is true.
And arguably, it's a more difficult transfer to pull off, and there may not have been interest from Leipzig, but you think if you go for a pay rise, it's not a huge move. It's within the same league, within the same country. I don't really understand there. But then Lisa Kopp's also a good goalkeeper.
Yeah,
so.
It's a really weird scenario for Tottenham because they've also got a named Heaps and Spencer on the bench today.
Which you'd have to imagine Spencer moves on though before the end of the window with Heaps proving to be a reliable backup.
Yeah.
They've got also Bailey on the bench, I believe, a goalkeeper as well. So
I'm really confused as to what they're doing. I think they've done one, but you don't know.
Perhaps not, but yeah.
The thing is, for me, I think Kopp is different, but then you've got Heaps and Spencer who are pretty much there together. And the fact that Heaps came in, performed superbly, and then got replaced, it's just been all a bit of a mess, which I think sums up their season. Defensively, it has been a mess, and today needs to be a massive improvement from this Tottenham side.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll see that. Defensively, they have to be more solid.
Yeah, Chelsea fan says, hi Jack and Harry, can't stay today, going to West Ham Chelsea. Enjoy the games today, my friends. We will do, Chelsea fan. Should be a nice day of action. To be fair, the Chelsea game will be over by the Manchester derby, so if you want something to watch on your way back, stick us on. We'll be watching, of course, the Manchester derby. Should be a really interesting game this evening. And Chelsea fan predicting a 2-0 Tottenham win. And Charlie welcome to the stream as well, saying hi in the live chat. So yeah, good to see a nice active live chat. We've only got a couple of minutes till the game. I feel like we're forgetting that because the BBC are not brilliant with their broadcasting of this game, but it is on there, and that's all we can ask for.
Yeah,
really,
very much so. I think it's good to see. It's the first week. I think it's nice to see at times that we have, obviously we've got every game on YouTube, but for the main broadcaster to pick one of the games that perhaps isn't at the sharp end of the league, we've got so used to seeing the top four on TV every week.
But my frustration is, why is it not on BBC One? Because we've seen this season, they often have that Sunday morning slot straight after Sunday brunch.
Yeah.
A little bit of WSL action.
They've got My Farming Life, which, no offence to the fans of My Farming Life, but for the WSL sake, we want to see it on the main channels so that everyone in the UK can watch it.
I don't think My Farming Life is filmed live. I'm not sure. Don't want to rule it out.
I've never watched it, to be fair, so I wouldn't know.
Could be. But yeah, shall we get into some prediction then ahead of this one? Do get your prediction in the live chat. We've already got 18 votes in the polling chat. 41 watching though, so get involved in the poll. 61% Tottenham, 28% Leicester, and 11% going for a draw. Harry, give us your prediction, then we'll start with yours.
I think that poll sums up perfectly. I think Tottenham are the favourites for today, and I do think they are the better side. But there is a good chance that there is a decent chance that Leicester can get something from today. They need to. Not one in their last 5. It has been
only point coming against Chelsea,
which is crazy. Bizarre. And I'm intrigued to see what they're going to come up with. But for me, I think... do you know what? I'm going to go for another draw. I think I will go for a draw. And in very similar fashion to every other Tottenham game this season, I think they will... I'll go for a 1-1 draw. I think they will fall behind early doors. And it will be a goal from Missy Goodwin. And again, it will probably be a poor showing of Tottenham defending. And it'll be another disappointing goal to concede. But then I think towards the end of the second half, like they have done all season, like Beth England has done all season, she'll find the back of the net late on and rescue a point for Tottenham, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Point each.
Fair enough. I like it a lot. Yeah, I think this will come down a lot to how tight Leicester can keep it at the back. I think when you look at how these two sides have played this season, we know Tottenham are going to be open, but Leicester's attack's been fairly futile, so I think that will balance itself out. I think if Tottenham's attack is on it today and they can break down the Leicester backline, which a lot of top sides have struggled with this season, but if Tottenham can do that, I think they'll be very successful because they've got very good attacking players. That front line of Naz, of England, and of Raso is really strong. When they're firing, they're a very difficult side to stop. I think Meta Oros is a fantastically creative player. I think she can be the difference maker in the final third. So in that regard, I think Tottenham could win today. I'm going to say Tottenham 2, Leicester 0.
Yeah.
I attempt to go 0-0 because I could see that happening. Leicester have been so good defensively they may be able to shut Tottenham out. But I think Tottenham will get the edge today.
Yeah, I think for Tottenham, last season, one of the other differences for me this season is that last season, Beth England was helped out by Naz had her best campaign. They had Clinton, obviously, who was phenomenal. No one so far this season has stepped up into the second half of the campaign. This is the chance. Naz get back to her best, get Raso firing, and Tottenham could really cause some issues.
Yeah, fair enough. Charlie saying 3-1 Tottenham win. Do stick your prediction in the live chat if you haven't already. It will be Leicester to get us underway here at the Gorn Group Stadium. Once the referee is happy to get proceedings underway. And it does look like it'll be Takarada then through the middle from the off here. Takarada knocks it back and we're underway here at the Gorn Group Stadium. Tottenham versus Leicester, a big clash in the WSL. We've already seen as well, every side has scored so far this weekend. Will that be maintained?
Potentially so. I think Leicester would be very happy to take that. It's been a tough season. Yeah, really poor in front of goal. And it's the kind of numbers that you just will not survive with. I don't think that they can... I look at the performances of everyone at the bottom of the league, and I think if everyone was to replicate their performance from the first half of the season, Leicester would be the ones in trouble. So they have to improve, especially in that front line. Yeah,
indeed. It's Leicester in possession now. Janina Leipzig on the ball. And they'll look to build up here. It'll be interesting to see how Tottenham look out of possession today. So it already looks like it'll be Drew Spence playing as almost a second striker today, helping at Beth England in the press. And that is a miscommunication there from Leicester, results in a Tottenham throw.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how the start of this game does go, because as I mentioned earlier, Leicester did play in the FA Cup on Wednesday and a really good win against Stoke. Tottenham yet to feature so far in 2025. This is their first competitive match back, so it'll be interesting.
Brilliant that from Hayley Raso to beat the fullback. Now looks to put the ball into the box. It's dealt with by Howard and then hooked away by Mamiki. But already there, we're seeing the quality of Hayley Raso, something we've not seen enough this season. She's had a spell out injured. She's had, obviously, Tottenham's attack hasn't been great anyway, but that's a glimpse of what we can expect from Hayley Raso.
Yeah, very much so. Got the ability to cause any defence in the world problems.
And here is Beth England in possession now for Tottenham. We'll look to put the ball into the box. Drew Spence charging at the front post, but it's claimed well by Janina Leipzig.
Nice play again from Tottenham. Again, I think if that's the other way around, if that's Spence crossing it into England, England throws herself at that ball and potentially finds the back of the net. But really sharp start from Tottenham.
Louis Kidd asking where on the iPlayer is the match being shown. If you go to the search area of the iPlayer, you should be able to find it. It's on there. It's just obviously not on a channel, so it's weird to find.
Yeah. You have to go into the deep depths of the BBC iPlayer to find it.
Or if you go to the WSL section, it might be in there as well. Yeah, luckily it popped up on our homepage because we've watched enough WSL this season. But yeah, Tottenham on the ball. Bar trip. Now Oroz. And that's a blindsided pass, and it's picked off at the pitch here by Leicester. Dealt with quickly, though, by Hunt. And neither side are able to get a foot on the ball, but Tottenham do have possession now. Spence. Lovely shimmy there to open up the play. Spreads the ball right, and here's Hayley Raso. Now to Artinen. Artinen inside. Oroz. Now let's come down the left-hand side here. Nilden gives it to Jess Naz. Naz wants to take them on. Good defending there, though, from Janice Kamen just to see her back. Now Bartrip. Here's Olga Artinen. Ball out wide to Ash Neville. Tottenham just probing here, waiting for those gaps to open, but they have looked the dominant side so far. All of the possession. Drew Spence gives it to Nilden. Nilden gives it inside to Oroz. Oroz wants to take players on here, does well. Now gives it to Nilden. Nilden into the area, and that's Leipzig, and it's gone in. It's gone in weirdly off of Janina Leipzig. The goalkeeper was not expecting the ball to be struck at her, and it's a Tottenham goal. Tottenham 1, Leicester 0. Unfortunate there for Leicester's goalkeeper. Tottenham with an early gift here then.
Oh yeah, a very bizarre goal. It's tidy play down the left-hand side from Oroz, who just lays it into Nilden. And, I mean, whether she is shooting, whether it is just a poor cross that has landed to Leipzig, I don't know. And then the Leicester goalkeeper has made an absolute meal of it.
It's nice link-up play, combination play, brilliant from Oroz. Lays it into Nilden. I think Nilden's aiming for England
cross,
here. Yeah. It deflects, I think, off Sophie Howard. Is where the confusion's come, I think, for everyone involved. Because this ball's expected to go inside. I think there's a taken nick off Howard. sending it at Janina Leipzig.
And like, just go through Leipzig's legs. It's a really bizarre goal to concede. Tottenham won't care though.
Yeah.
And they lead it, and they have started the better team here, but a fortuitous goal, it has to be said.
That's Mita Ale in possession. But now Leicester have got to pick it up, because that's a really unfortunate way to concede, but they can't allow it to dictate how they're going to play in this game. They've got to try and pick their heads up now. Nildum. Into Bartrip. That's a really unfortunate way to concede.
Bizarre one. It's just a rare one to see, because it does deflect off Howard, but at the end of the day, Leipzig there, it should never go through her legs in that circumstance. And it's bizarre that it did. But yeah, Leicester, neither side's really got going. The goal doesn't really show much. Leicester have just got to pick it up again and keep going. It's a really weird one to see.
Look at the positives, though, for Tottenham. They've found the back of the net, which is important.
Have.
They are leading in this game. Maita Oroz looks really sharp as well. I think that's made a difference in midfield. I think while their midfielders have been strong this season, it has been a little bit stale in there. I think Summerlin's put up some decent contributions, but she's not been useful in the build-up phase.
Yeah.
And I think Maita Oroz is looking really strong in there. Leicester trying now to cause Tottenham some issues. Ball going out wide to Ale. That is cut out, though. And now there's space for Haley Raso to attack. Good, strong challenge there from Yuli Tebow. And that gets them out of trouble.
Yeah. I'm trying to work out what was going on. I think it might have been pulled back for something. But it's a good... And that's what Leicester need to do. It's those big challenges. They need to... Don't let Raso have her own way, basically. And to be fair, it looked like it came off Raso. But a firm challenge, which is how Leicester, they've done well all season, because they've defended hard and they've defended well, and they've done pretty well this season to keep a lot of teams quiet.
Yeah. Yuli Tebow does start, by the way. She wasn't on the FootMob squad list to start. They said they had a youngster in there, but Yuli Tebow is playing, so it looks more like potentially a 5-back today. For Leicester. 5-4-1, I think. But yeah, here's Naz. Now Spence. Spence plays the ball inside to Maita Oroz. Bartrip now back to Lisa Kopp.
Oroz looks really sharp, just very tidy with the ball at her feet.
Yeah.
Very good control.
Yeah, obviously on loan from Real Madrid. A player I think is viewed with a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. She came in to be that Grace Clinton replacement, and while I don't think it's a seamless fit, she functions in a very similar way, a very creative player, someone who can contribute effectively in the final third. And we're starting to see that in today's game. It's just a myth as to why she's not played. An awful lot. But anyway, Leicester coming forwards now then. Can they cause Tottenham some issues? Asmita Ale will get in behind here. Good defending there from Hunt just to see her out.
Yeah, just a little bit too much on it from Goodwin. But tidy play again from Leicester.
Yeah. I suppose Beulah on that side, not Claire Hunt.
Which is important, I think.
Yeah, I think Hunt's had a difficult season so far. That Beulah-Bartrip partnership at least fills fans with a bit more confidence, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Last season, I don't think they did too badly. They had some difficult games. But they also had some really solid ones as well. So
yeah,
I think a partnership that kind of worked last campaign.
Oroz to Spence, that's picked off, and Lass in there is brought down. Ball down the line. Spence looking to find Jess Naz. Strong defending in there from Bot. Takes it past Naz, and that's really well done there from Bot. Naz believes that's gone out of play.
Certainly was close. I'll tell you how much.
Yeah.
But that was a really good piece of defending. Bot realised that she didn't have the pace advantage. Oh, what brilliant from Takarana to leave
in behind, and here come Leicester. Missy Goodwin, goal scorer, of course, against Chelsea. Takes it past Beulah. Ball into the box. No one reacts in front of goal. Big opportunity goes begging there for Leicester.
Very tidy play, and Goodwin will be frustrated that no one's managed to get on the end of that. The problem is Takarana, who is playing up front, is too deep. It's a great miss. It's flashed across with a lot of pace, and it's the right idea, but I think it was more of just a cross and a hope that someone would get there for Goodwin, rather than actually aiming for anyone. But really sharp again. It was smart play from Takarada to sell the dummy and to allow Goodwin to run onto it.
Yeah, as you see there, though, that lack of a recognised number 9, an out-and-out striker, is costing Leicester. Because if you've got someone in the box there, like Noemi Mouchon, you've got someone that's going to gamble on those sorts of opportunities. Still trying to figure out the team sheet, by the way, because it's not... Lass is playing. It's Sarah Keys who is expected to start, who isn't starting. So that will be an intriguing to see why that is the case. Yulia Tebow in her place. It may just be a foot mob error. But
Potentially.
If that is an injury in the warm-up to Sarah Keys, that is interesting. Tottenham play on the deck here, but it's Leicester in possession, so they are going to come forwards. And it is Hayley Raso, but she will get back to her feet. Mamiki now, out wide to Goodwin. Neville goes to close the angle. Goodwin looking to take her on. Skips past 2, now plays it inside. Leicester probing here. Lass unable to find that ball out wide, goes back to Bott. And Bott switches the play effectively. Here's Ale. A lovely pass into Mamiki. Mamiki trying at a tight angle to work with, and then that has come off Mamiki there. Luana Bueller clearing it into Mamiki, and will be a Tottenham goal kick.
Yeah, Leicester have responded well to going behind. I think they've looked very positive. They're winning the ball back in Tottenham's third and trying to work themselves down the channels. It's been a good response, but
I think that'll be why they're so frustrated in conceding the man they did, because overall this Leicester performance has looked really decent.
Yeah.
I think they are taking a lot of belief from that Chelsea game, from the FA Cup win against Stoke. But I think they'll be really frustrated then with the manner in which they conceded. That's really nice from Amanda Nilden to keep that in play. One back quickly though by Leicester, then forced to the ground, and that will be given as a Leicester free kick. Janice Kamen there. Shoved over, really.
I was to say, eventually was given. Nilden.
I think there was a bit of a delay because it looked like Leicester was still in possession. But I'm not sure how.
Yeah. Messy one. Very scrappy for Nilden. She was almost fouled herself. Managed to do a lovely little turn to get out of it, but she ended up losing the ball and then went and fouled Caden.
Yeah. Here is Ale. That's means Ale, of course, a former Tottenham player. Was on loan with Leicester last season, joined permanently at the start of this campaign. Here's Maita Oros. Nice footwork again from Oros, and it just beats a player, and that's how they're getting through at the moment, Tottenham. Is they give the ball to Oros, she does something good. Yeah.
And it's not
every time pretty much at the moment.
It's not necessarily incredible. It's just the tidy stuff, and it's just smart play, if anything. She sees two players that, there's a player there that thinks she's going to go left, so she just shifts her weight across and takes the ball to her right, and it takes a player out of the game. Yeah,
it's, as you say, it's those deft movements. It's really composed in there from Oros. And when you've got the rest of Tottenham field who do, I think, panic a bit in possession, it's good to have a calm head in there.
Yeah, you've got Spence who's a bit more of just a bit of a brute and a bit of, got to use her physicality. And it's, it's nice to see a player who uses a little bit softer and spots off their boot here and continues going.
Love that. Managed to find Lass. Lass whips it into the box, and that is punched on well by Lisa Kopp. Again, though, if there's a front post run there from Leicester, there's a chance they poke that home. And TJ Bott is now recovering her boot. Love that she kept going, though.
Kept going.
Had the ball.
Playing a nice pass down the line as well. But again, as you say, it's a really good ball in from
Lass.
Lass, and no one's there to get the end of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Lass involved, a young player, number 53 as well, which is always fun to see those higher numbers. And Bott has now got her boot back on. Alex says, how do you guys rate Missy Goodwin? Can she somehow become an England international with a move to a big club? The problem is I don't think she'd get a move to a big club yet. She needs to prove herself more at Leicester. There have definitely been some flashes. I think the goals that she scored this season have been well taken. The one against Chelsea, I think that's the only goal she scored this season. But to be fair, that's a third of Leicester's goals this year. So I think she proved herself well there. I think once you've got Rantala, once you've got Mouchon, if Goodwin's in there as well, it will then be interesting to see how she links up. It's very difficult to get a read at the moment on her game because their attackers look so dysfunctional.
Yeah.
But I think once you add a bit more quality around her, she could thrive. It would just be interesting to see whether that does come to fruition.
Yeah, she's been the player which, when they have found the back of the net, she's usually one to do it. Well, in the League Cup especially, I think she's put a decent run of form together, and she looked pretty sharp in pre-season, as you say, when she was linking up with Mouchon and Rantala. But it is hard to play. She's put a good ball in there, and because there isn't a strike, if there's a striker there, a recognised number 9, if it's Mouchon, she puts it in, and then suddenly that's an assist for Goodwin. But that doesn't happen because there isn't a striker in there.
It's interesting that they prefer someone like Takarada, who's normally a defensive midfielder, playing up there, than Mamiki or one of their other. They have got other attackers.
The usual decision is to put a winger in there because at least they're used to playing in the final third of the pitch.
I guess they'll prefer a bit of height, a bit of physicality up there.
Yeah, maybe.
But then that's not what Noemi Mouchon necessarily offers.
No.
Mouchon's a very pacey attacker. But yeah. They're definitely hurt by losing Lena Petterman over the summer.
Yeah, good point.
I think especially, obviously they couldn't have foreseen the injury to Mouchon, but how they went into this season with one striker. And that ball was picked off and an overhit pass from Martin. And she did well to intercept it.
Yeah.
But to do so, she had to play a first-time pass. She's just overhit it. Here are Leicester now in possession. Ale. Into Mamiki. She does well to hold up the ball. Missy Goodwin, nice footwork. Unable to keep that in play, though. That will be a Tottenham throw. Neville. Now Luana Beulah. Manages to find Bartrip. Beulah. Artinen. Artinen with the ball forwards, and it does find its way through to Drew Spence. Spence will flick it on, and if Jess Nats could get there, it would be great, but I think it's called offside.
Yeah.
To save her making a lung-busting run.
Flags up against Spence. It was a lovely little flick around the corner. Howard just misjudged the flight of the ball and got away with one. But equally, Spence was offside, so maybe she knew that all along. That's the plan. But 15 minutes here, and I feel for Leicester because they conceded a goal. Very unlucky to concede the goal so early. But since that, they've been much the better team. Yeah,
Bot into Takarada. Then to Cayman, back to Bot. Doesn't quite come off. Naz. That's picked off in there well by Takarada. Here's Lass. Nice footwork from the youngster. Cuts it back to the edge of the box. Mamiki takes a touch. Tries to have a shot. It falls. But a shot blocked in there, and it will be a Leicester corner.
Raso down again as well. Lovely player. Get on this right-hand side. And Lass does really well because she's very isolated on this right-hand side. With 3 or 4 Tottenham shirts around her. She gets a brilliant ball to cut it back to Mamiki.
And then Ruby Mace takes aim, and that's blocked.
Yeah, it was good defending both times to stop the shot from Mamiki and to stop the shot from Mace. And Raso again will hit the deck and will receive treatment. And it's not what you want to see. It's a player who's already been out for a section of this season.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leicester again. They're starting that cross there was better from Lass, realising that they don't have a recognised number 9 there. So instead, she cuts it back to the edge of the box where there are more players, and if there had been a clean shot in there, then Lisa Cott would have been tested. A bit of Vaseline for Raso, and then Leicester will take this corner.
Yeah.
An opportunity here. Sometimes when you are struggling in front of goal, set piece is absolutely crucial, and they've got Howard is a good aerial presence. They've got a chance here, Leicester, from this corner to try and do something.
Once they get around to taking it.
And
we've seen Tottenham really struggle to defend corners.
Yeah.
Get everyone running at Ash Neville.
That's the thing. If Leicester, Tottenham's penalty area defending has been so
Ruby
poor.
Mace. To Mamiki. Mamiki slips as she's trying to control it. And now Jess Naz can break away here. Runs across Mace, but she managed to skip past 2 of them. Can she poke it through to England? Not quite.
That's a huge
great tackle in there from Missy Goodwin, recovering across. And that's a really, really important challenge because another touch in there. Naz plays that through to England, and there's a very good chance. It's 2-0.
Yeah, Beth England throw on goal wouldn't have made a mistake.
Here's Raso. Oros lifts that ball out wide to Ash Neville. Tries to go down the line. It's cut out though.
But again, it's decision-making from Leicester there. They had that corner. We spoke about how Tottenham defending in their own 18-yard box have been really poor. So then Leicester take it short. I just don't understand that. Tottenham's weakness is defending their own penalty area.
All it takes is one analyst to watch a couple of Tottenham games, look at that and say, just put the ball in the box. I think if Mamiki's touch wasn't bad, though, they would have been able to cause more problems, potentially, which is the way you can view it. But yeah, you think just get it in the box, cause some problems. Mamiki tries to take players on. A good tackle that from Ash Neville. That was a bit of a risky one going in like that, but she got it spot on. Bartrip. Now Beulah. Bartrip. Luana Beulah again. Now Arsenal. It's really interesting to see in possession Tottenham. Arsenal's dropping in to almost be a right centre half. It allows both of their fullbacks to bomb on. It's something we've not seen from them this season. That's a really interesting tactical evolution. And then you see Spence drop in to play midfield. Russo tries to play it inside and Arsenal unable to get there.
Really nice move that from Tottenham. Neville. Still got the ball. Just 1-2 touch football and they did well there. If that final pass from Russo had been a bit more accurate, then they could have had a really good opportunity.
Now Drew Spence. Nas. Bartrip. Here's Oroz. Bartrip. Spence again. This is really nice football from Tottenham today. They just seem much more free in possession. Lisa Kopp. Very high as well. And that's the other thing that Lisa Kopp's going to give you that you haven't had from Spencer and haven't had from Heaps. Is a keeper that's really comfortable in possession. England, great challenge to stop her turning there from Yuli Tebow. And now Leicester will look to break. Here's Goodwin. Carving a path through the Tottenham team. Now lays it into Takarada. Takarada running into goal. Onto goal. Here has players in the box to cut it back to. Does pull it back. And that's lashed at by Janice Cayman. Doesn't quite come off. But that's a really good attack that from Leicester.
Yeah, again, another showing they are starting to adjust in this game. Takarada realises that she looks up, cuts it back rather than puts it across the goal. And it's a swing and a miss from Cayman.
You've got Lass and Cayman both running onto this. It felt both had a little bit of jeopardy about hitting it and was leaving it. Exactly. Leaving it for the other player.
Cayman's just got to go, I'm going to hit this. And if Lass blocks it, she blocks it, and that's her fault. Just got to hit it with some conviction and just drive a lot of power behind it.
Takarada there does really well to win that ball high up the pitch. Bueller hits the deck, but it wasn't a foul. Lays it into Cayman, and it's wide.
Oh, wow.
Janice Cayman with a brilliant opportunity. The captain with an open net to aim for, and she's just rushed it. She's just rushed it there. Brilliant press from Takarada. This should be 1-1. No excuses for that, Janice Cayman.
Oh, wow.
From Takarada.
I don't know what to say.
I can't believe it's not in the back of the net.
Oh, wow.
And again, Tottenham's defence caught in possession. They've got away with it this time.
And Leicester, a team, I don't know what to say. A team that's struggled to find the back of the net. They're playing really well here. That is I want to say, that's not even a glorious chance. That is a 1 in a million opportunity that you get. You're 6 yards out with an open net and the ball comes to you and you've just got to kick it forwards.
Yeah.
And the Cayman just miskicks it and it goes wide.
But again, they've got to pick it up now, Leicester. They can't dwell on that.
They're playing well. They are playing well. It is coming and they'll nearly won it back half the pitch again.
Artinen. Spence. Pokes it on towards Nilden. Good pressure though, and that's not how to play by Bott.
And this is why people are surprised when this season we've questioned how Tottenham are sixth. Because realistically, the goal they scored was very lucky, and they should be losing this game. The chances that Leicester are creating, or at least level now. And that is why I think that's why I don't think Tottenham are playing very well. That's another
Ash Neville there. Has caught Missy Goodwin. It was so unnecessary as well.
Goodwin's played the pass. There's no
jumps into it.
Yeah. It's either silly or it's really poor defending because she arrives so late and just stands on her foot.
Yeah.
But Leicester have got to keep going. They're playing very, very well here. They just can't find the back of the net. It's like there's a shield in front of a goal every time Leicester play. Watch this back. Takarada, superb. Wins it off Bueller. Does so well. The Tottenham players get drawn into her. Leaves space for Cayman. So it's a contender for miss of the season.
Takarada lifts it forwards. Lass tries to head on. It falls now to Mamiki, who goes back out wide right. There's no one out there, though.
There's options very close to her on the right-hand side or out on the left, and she just went for out on the right. And just again, poor decision-making.
Yeah, indeed.
I'm still in shock, I think. Leicester, I mean, Amadine Mikel must be thinking, what on earth can she do to get her side to score a goal?
Because you're not going to get much a better opportunity than that.
They're playing good football, they press well, they win the ball out of the pitch, they've got creating good opportunities and just not happening.
Again, Tottenham just can't get out of here.
It's really...
Chakarada now has the ball. Can Leicester make something happen? Drew Spencer's really well to win it back.
Just doesn't
It's the counter pressing from Leicester.
Yeah.
They're really quick to react. Tottenham have now played through it though. Drew Spence lays it into Raso. Raso against Ale. Ale's done really well. They just to force her wide. Yeah. Raso tries to run at her. That's going to fall to Janina Leipzig.
Yeah, Spence did really well. It's a lovely pass with her, especially with her shirt being pulled as well.
I feel Raso's got to do more there.
Yeah.
This is Hayley Raso we're talking about. Before she went to Real Madrid, she was one of the top players in WSL.
More direct. Has to be more direct here.
It's the fact she's still dribbling out left.
Yeah.
She dribbles right and she's head on with Ale. Ale's got to commit either way and Raso can then go the other. The problem is she makes it too predictable, makes it too obvious where she's going, and Ale can just see her wide. And then when she does cut in, Ale already knows that's coming. It's really good defending, but she's got to be less predictable there.
Yeah.
As Charlie says in chat, Leicester should be level 100%. Tottenham can count their blessings there, but Leicester, again, a gilt-edged opportunity they can't capitalise on.
Yeah, but it's incredible. I just think when you're up against it, when you're in a relegation fight, you go to a team who are mid-table, you go 1-0 down in unfortunate circumstances
again in there.
And they should be winning this game for me.
Leicester, yeah.
Because they shouldn't have really conceded the goal, and then they could have scored one or two themselves.
Yeah.
But if it carries on like this, there's no way Leicester lose.
It tells the story of Leicester's season.
And of Tottenham's.
Yeah.
On the other way around, they get a fortunate goal and then ride their luck a little bit.
Placed Nazim behind here, and that's a good challenge from Bot, but that will be a corner and a chance now for Tottenham to double their advantage.
I mean, Bot seems to be very adamant that's a goal kick, but I'm not really sure how she's come to that conclusion.
No. To be fair though to Bot, a fantastic performance.
Yeah.
She's had Naz on lock so far. And their whole back line's played well.
As it always does.
Yeah. Bar Janina Leipzig not being able to deal with that, but again, she was not expecting that ball to come at her. No. The cross was going a completely different direction. It skews off of Sophie Howard, and she just couldn't react in time.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate. But other than that, Tottenham haven't been brilliant in the final third.
No.
I think their in-possession stuff's been a lot better today, but they're still lacking penetration. And then, as for Leicester, the defence is solid.
Oh, that's a blind pass and gets away with it.
Yeah, UDT has done well there to bail out her teammate. And now here come Leicester. Missy Goodwin on this left-hand side wants to take on Ash Neville. Will take on Ash Neville. Can she get the cross in? No, ends up running out of play. Good defending there.
Yeah.
And again, the experience of Ash Neville. Incredibly helpful.
But I like that from Goodwin. She did what we criticised Raso for not doing it. Goodwin's done it there. She's just come inside and ran head on at Neville, and Neville does well to not commit, and then just sees Goodwin out.
Yeah. No chances by. See you, Charlie. But yeah, I think there, Goodwin's giving her too much respect. If you run a bit more direct at Ash Neville, she's either going to commit and foul you, or commit and win the ball back, and that'll be a very good tackle. She's trying to run past her. She's trying to outpace her. If you be a bit more direct, try and run across her.
Because if you run at her, either you're going to force her to commit one way, or you're going to force her just to keep running backwards into her own penalty area, and then suddenly you find yourself 10 yards out and you can just shoot. With a player like Neville, if she's going to dive in, then you can just see her through. If she starts dropping back into her own penalty area, you're just going to keep pushing Tottenham back. Just Leicester, they're doing the right things. They're just going to be a little bit more. If anything, it's braver in the final third. They're doing well to win the ball back, but once they get there, they're struggling at times to do anything with it, which is understandable when their defensive midfielders up front. But to be fair to Takarada, she's been really good in the press.
Arsenal, and that's cut out, and because Arsenal's played a very. The problem with that is a very horizontal pass, so it's easy to cut out. And there's one Tottenham player in there that's due to and 3 Leicester players.
Yeah.
There's just more of a desire to go and win the ball. Here's Howard.
Leicester know they can take something from this match. They've just got to keep going at this standard.
Yeah.
They've proved against Chelsea they have got that fight in them when they need to bring it.
Cut out by Bueller. Don't see going over the top being successful today from Leicester.
No.
For Leicester. They have no pace in the back line. They have no pace in the front line, and Tottenham's defence are fairly strong at winning headers.
Yeah.
Keep it on the deck and pull them apart. It's been working so far. Ruben Mace, under pressure from England, managed to poke a ball out wide to Bot. Bot tries to feed it through, comes spinning off of Amanda Nilden. And Yuli Tebow will knock that back. And Leicester back into settled possession. Leipzig. Now Howard. Back to Janina Leipzig. Howard again. Wants to lift that ball over the top. Nilden chests it down. Cayman will be quick to go and get involved. Sends up the line. That does give Takarada something to battle for, but it will go out of play for a throw.
Yeah, gives a chance for Leicester to get 10, 15 yards further up the pitch.
Yeah. So far, on to the stream. Says Real Madrid just lost to 12th place Eibar. Well, shockingly, Barcelona have won the league. That is a surprise. We're not. I mean, often we don't see lower Liga F sides beating those top teams, but it still doesn't change the fact that Barcelona are completely dominant. Lovely stuff from Neville. Now Raso. Neville. Raso again. Oros. Now here come Tottenham. Ball knocked out wide. Nailed them. And that falls in there to Yuli Tebow. Tebow will try and take it on a run here. Calls for Janice Cayman. But then
that was silly from Tebow. Didn't need to do that. She was always going to lose that header. And just jumps in and ends up knocking Arsenal to the floor. Your Artenon's always going to win that header from there. No need to go flying in like that.
Yeah, that was unnecessary, as you say.
But half an hour through, Leicester were in the better side. And with 15 minutes here, I'm very intrigued to see whether they can get themselves into this game somewhat. In terms of get themselves into the game on the score sheet. Because Tottenham have got the power and attack and the strike force to go and get another goal.
Tottenham poke it down in the box, and that is a pass back, no? But
yeah,
it did look like intentional, but I can see why it's not being given.
I mean, no one in the Tottenham shirt's appealing for it. Again, you'll be screaming for that.
It was headed down in there. A touch on by Drew's fence. Janice came. Well, maybe she didn't know much about it. It came off her knee. Amir Ragragui says, "Up the Chelsea, come on, Leicester, we're all with you." Welcome to the stream, Amir. Good to see you. But yeah, Chelsea obviously kicking off at 3:00 in their game against West Ham.
Yeah, couple derbies today in the WSL, and I mean, what's the other game? Crystal Palace Arsenal. Arsenal.
Yeah, it's Arsenal Crystal Palace, not a derby.
Oh yeah, not derby. Sorry, that's not a derby. The Manchester derby. But yeah, a good weekend. I think it's you'd expect West Ham, Chelsea, and Arsenal Palace to be. Obviously, they're very favoured results. We expect Chelsea and Arsenal to go win, but you never know. We've seen a few upsets in the WSL this season. Maybe we'll see a couple more today.
Yeah.
I would be stunned, but we'll see.
Yeah, Bailey, welcome to the stream this morning, gents. Good to have the WSL back. It certainly is, Bailey. This is obviously the third game of this game week. A good game week of football it's been so far. Drama in all the games, really. Liverpool beating an informed Brighton, or the form side of the season in Brighton. Everton and Aston Villa drawing, but obviously Everton finding that 89th minute goal to level it up. And today's game has been a very good start. Hopefully, it's in the same vein.
Yeah, very much. I think for Liverpool, it was huge to have. They had Parry back, they had Herbinger back, and surprisingly, they won the game. Shock. Full strength Liverpool side is still a top side, and I think a lot of people have forgotten that this season. And as for Villa, they'll be happy to take a point. As for Everton, they'll be happy to take a point. And as for these two sides, Leicester need points. And they've played well enough to deserve something from this game so far. They've got to keep that up.
It's Jess Naz, and Tottenham will come forwards here. Bot does well there to stop her progressing. Now Artinen. Well, Maita Oros is on the deck there. I'm not really sure why, but Leicester will break away. That was completely off the ball. Just between her and a Leicester player. Goodwin. Does so well there to draw the foul from Hayley Raso. Just couldn't quite burst away from her. There were three players around her. She dribbled out of it, and then Raso caught her as she tried to run away.
Very tidy, because all her options were on the right-hand side. So either she gets away there and manages to play the pass to everyone who's free, or she draws a free kick and she ended up managing to win that foul.
And Bot charging this down in the penalty area. It's a ball lift over the top, which is ambitious for her to get to. But she gave it a good go. Tottenham goal kick. Amir says Chelsea win another WSL. We certainly hope so. We hope for a lot more than that. Would love to see Chelsea win the Champions League. That's going to be a tough ask. Bernie says, hi Jack and Harry. Good to see you, Bernie. Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, it's good to see the familiar faces back as we return to WSL action. Yeah. It's nice to get back to streaming last weekend with the FA Cup and last night with PSG versus Olympique Lyonnais. A good game of football as well.
Mm.
And then obviously today's return of WSL action and of course this evening's big clash in the Manchester derby. Can't wait for that one later this evening. That'll be a 7:15 kickoff. So join us here from 6:30. And now here comes Lass breaking into the penalty area for Leicester. Post to Mamiki. Mamiki to Cayman. Cayman. That's a huge tackle from Bartrip.
Wow.
Cayman. Well, I thought that came off Bartrip, but apparently that did come off Jonas Cayman.
I'm intrigued to say it's a great tackle.
Mamiki's touch isn't great. Cayman.
Oh,
he just
no.
misses it again.
Bartrip doesn't actually touch the ball. Her standing foot takes the ball away from her. Janice Cayman could have had a hat-trick by now.
Yeah.
Her left leg is just too close to the ball, and as she swings with her right to take the shot, her left just knocks the ball out of the way.
Yeah, that was another one. It's harder to miss than it was to score.
Yeah.
Here's Missy Goodwin. Takes on Arsene, takes on Neville, skips past both of them. Really nice dribbling today from Missy Goodwin.
Mm.
Needs some support now, though, or does she? Because she's going to keep going. Another tackle from Arsenal that she skips past. A tackle from Neville she skips past, but she skips off pitch. Great dribbling from Missy Goodwin, though. Really unlucky. Ben says, can't believe Leicester don't have a goal yet. Been the better side for sure. Oh, undoubtedly. They've been all over Tottenham here.
I think she's
got a chance they've had.
Got to look to come inside, but again, sharp from Goodwin. She's really good with the ball at her feet. And eventually she will end up getting past Ash Neville and taking a good opportunity. Likely forced to clear out of play.
Yeah. Aaron says, where can you find this game? It's available on the BBC iPlayer if you're in the UK. If you're outside the UK, it is a TV broadcast pick, so it'll be whatever your broadcaster is for the Women's Super League. Alex says, in my opinion, this Leicester side is just too good to get relegated. Well, you'd think so, wouldn't you? But the pure fact is they can't score.
Mm.
They've got, 3 goals all season? Or no, 6 goals all season? It's something really low like that. But yeah. And quite simply, you can't win a game of football if you don't score in it.
No. I think once they have a...
It's 3 goals they've scored this season.
Wow. Once they've got a strike force, I think their teams could be in real trouble. Because if they had Mushan and Rantala today, I think they could have scored quite a few. If
they had Mushan and Rantala this season, they'd be 6th.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it'd be, yeah.
Because they've played very well.
Just Tottenham going into today were on 11 points, which was only 5 ahead of what Leicester are on. I think Rantala and Mushan would have made a 5-point difference this season. I think they probably would have beaten Crystal Palace, for example. Then they would have scored more goals in a lot more games. So they've turned some of those losses into draws. So yeah, it's just been one of those a frustrating campaign for Leicester. They've been so good defensively, only 14 goals shipped.
Oh,
that's 4 less than Brighton.
See, that's very strong.
And the structure's good, the defence is good. Amandine Mikel is a good manager. They don't have attackers though.
Yeah.
It's a problem. Jazz Cayman's missed 2 really good opportunities in this game. Takarada's movement means she's not getting in positions to take opportunities. They really are lacking a striker. Amma says, is it not like on Sky or BT? I know BT don't have any WSL action. It's on the BBC, which is the other broadcaster for the WSL. And then Sky have the game later today. And they had the Friday night game. So Sky had Brighton Liverpool and they've got the Manchester Derby.
Oh,
another horizontal pass Tottenham got away with. No idea how.
Mamiki was running there, he got on the end of it.
Now Hayley Raso. And that's really good movement up against Bot. They've swapped the wingers now, Raso and Naz. And she is... I mean, Bot, again, though, has seen her backwards, but she did initially seem to be causing her more problems than Naz has been. Arsenal. Bartrip. Into Luana Bueller. Bartrip. Spence does well to hold on to that. Ball forwards from Nilden is cut out. Will come straight back to Nilden, though. who tries to win it, ends up losing possession. That throw's got to go quicker from Bot there. You've got an option down the line in Cayman, and Nilden had gone to go and get the ball, so she wasn't in position. It's just too nice. Send it up the line before she's got back on the pitch. Somehow, Metaoros has kept that in play. Leicester, though, with possession, they go back to Janina Leipzig. Bernie says, all the Japanese players in the WSL are really good. Need Japan to get back to the top of the international stage again. Always had a soft spot for them. Yeah, they've certainly got a very exciting young team now, and it'll be interesting to see how players develop. Obviously, I imagine that comment has come after Manchester City's purchase of, is it? I can't pronounce. I can't remember the name now. Ayuma, I want to say, who is in theory a Hasegawa backup. Ayuma Oyama. I hope that's correct.
Yeah. Good win again. Really tidy with the ball at her feet. Huge chance for Leicester.
And that's blocked, kept alive by Bot. Lass tries to flick on. Takarada does well to compete in there. Raso comes away with possession, and again comes away with possession as Mace tries to get it under her control. Raso taking players on now. That pass inside is cut out. But then it's picked up by Drew Spence. A huge challenge from Yuli Tebow. She's at really good state. Obviously, was a late inclusion, we think, in the team. But she's come in and looked really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Decision making is I think has also caught Leicester out, saying Lass there had that shot when the player like a yard in front of her. It's like you're never going to get it through there.
Yeah, a big barrier, please don't spam, please. Tottenham get bad everywhere they go. You don't need to say it once, but yes, thank you for getting involved in the live chat. One says Leicester's captain's so poor. Also, they need a striker generally. Yeah, obviously some missed chances from Janice Cayman today. Takarada's not really been involved. So, yeah, pretty much exactly what we've been saying. Ball back now to Lisa Kopp, who send that forwards. Lass up the pitch. That's headed away there by Beulah. Alex says Chelsea could loan Pichel till the end of the season. Yeah, the problem with that, though, is that her ACL injury, she's not expected to be back into full fitness until February. So, for the sake of 3 months, I think Leicester want to get a striker who can start playing now.
Yeah.
Not who won't be back to full fitness by February and may not be the same player until, at least April time. So, it's really difficult for me to see that happening, but good player.
Yeah, long shot from Mace there, straight into the arms of Lisa Kopp. Leicester, I think there'll be frustration. It'll be positive because they have played well and they know they can get something from the game, but it'll be frustrating that they are trailing in this match.
Yeah.
But if they keep working at it, I think they will eventually score if they keep playing out like this. They've won back half the pitch again by Leicester.
Finds Missy Goodwin, bearing in on goal. Got to get a shot away. She takes too long about it, and then the shot is tame. How on earth have Leicester not scored today? And Raso picks off the ball with a brilliant tackle, but it is going to be. It was a foul. It was important, though, to make that challenge. As she pulled back Hayley Raso, and that would be a yellow card. Yeah,
no-brainer from the referee. Just grabs her around and pulls her back and
she had to really. Raso was breaking away with the ball.
But Goodwin, they win it half the pitch and it's the extra touch. The first touch is fine. Then needs to shoot. Doesn't need it. Just needs her first touch isn't good enough.
Scuffs it. Got to be a better shot.
And the shot has got to be better. But it's another huge opportunity for Leicester.
And it all came off a really strong challenge from Howard as she jumps up onto a player and made that tackle. It was really important. And again, it's that urgency, isn't it, from Leicester that's making the difference. Here is Molly Bartrip. Puts it in there. Headed away by Yuli Tebow. And Takarada wins it back. Manages to get it to Ale. Ale up the line. That will fall now to Neville. Now Bartrip. And a player down here and the game will be stopped. I believe it was a head injury. Oh no, it's a foot injury for Takarada. The way she was down, I thought she was
Mm.
holding her head. She's holding her foot.
Yeah. Painful one on the top of the foot, but looks to be all right. They don't need another injury. If the defensive midfielder playing up front gets injured, I
It's a
don't know what
cursed
they're going to
position.
do. Yeah, maybe just don't play with a striker.
Yeah, it's a confusing one. Luana Rivadera available on loan. That's the sort of move you'd expect them to be interested in. Instead, she's at Everton now.
That is the other problem for Leicester, is that Everton are going out and buying every available striker at the moment.
Strikers. Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, Crystal Palace, of course, signing Clarissa Larissy.
I think that's a really good signing.
Yeah, I think that's why they've lacked this season. Palace has been in terms of goals. They've also struggled defensively, but if they can start outscoring teams, they'll be all right.
Oh, again, slotted from...
And it's one high
how
and
is Bartra
cleared
get the
away
ball
by
there?
Nilden.
Bartra is somehow have to hold on to that ball.
3 minutes of additional time in this game. Yeah, I completely agree. I odd one saying Spurs are lucky, Leicester are playing better. Yeah, hit the nail on the head there. Seems to be the story of Tottenham's season. They've just consistently overperformed the underlying data.
Yeah.
And not because they're just playing incredibly well. They've just been quite fortunate that a lot of the sides have played are underperforming that data.
Mm.
Neville tries to break away. It's caught, and that has been given by the lino as a foul.
Yeah, just tripped up there. She's coming down the line. Leicester have had opportunity after opportunity. Cayman, Goodwin, Mamiki all had chances. Cayman's had the two glaring opportunities. And just not managed to find the back of the net.
Yeah. Bartrip. Forward pass into Olga Artinen into England, and they'll look to play here. Tottenham looks to release Rasa. There was easier passes on there for Beth England rather than a glory ball in behind that the Aussie was realistically never going to get. Ball smashed away by Leicester, headed down there by Luana Beulah. Now Lass. Plays it inside. Takarada pokes it back when Meek can keep this move alive. Goes out wide to Goodwin. Chance for Leicester City now. Goodwin tries to take players on. A good challenge though from Artinen.
Right idea. She didn't realise Artinen was behind her and sold Neville the dummy, and it would have worked if Artinen hadn't got back in and helped out her fullback.
Yeah.
Oh, really tidy football from Tottenham.
Beth England. Now Oros.
They've moved that ball really nicely.
Here comes Raso. And that's a ball into the box. That doesn't result in anything. Sedluin Germeus. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. Welcome to the stream. That says ATB and 3-0. I assume that's a prediction. Welcome. Bernie says, I know you guys are Chelsea fans. Any players you regret letting go from Chelsea? Ooh, it's interesting because obviously there's players that for sentimental reasons it's a shame they're not still at the club. Like obviously when Frank Kirby left, that was a shame. Beth England, a player who gave a lot, but I think when you look at them, they wouldn't improve the current side. I think Jessie Fleming's one who would still be able to play to a very high level, but equally, again, I think that's a more sentimental one because Megan Hamano is as good a player as Jessie was, I think. So, yeah, not really regret is the right word. Either way, that is half time here in the WSL. Tottenham 1, Leicester 0. I think you can make the argument they're very fortunate to be in that position. Leicester very unlucky in this first half.
Yeah, very much so. Since the own goal from Leipzig, Tottenham haven't come forwards, haven't caused Leicester issues, and it has been all one-way traffic, I think you could say, in that first half. Glaring opportunities, including an open goal miss from Janice Cayman, and Leicester still haven't found the back of the net, but they have to be optimistic. They have to use it. They were the much better side in that first half. They played some really nice football. They look really sharp. Second half, though, they've got to find the back of the net. They have to.
Yeah.
I don't get how... I just don't understand how they haven't scored in this game yet.
Yeah, Leicester have done really well. They've been fantastic out of possession. They've been able to prevent Tottenham from moving the ball forwards, and then when they do win it back, it's through their counter pressing. They've done really well then to create chances from that. Tottenham's 66% possession, yet to register a single shot in this game.
And
Yet they lead by a goal to nil. Leicester with 5 shots, 1 on target, 2 big chances, both big chances missed. They were, of course, the chances for Janice Cayman.
I mean, you just can't write it for Leicester this season. They're losing to a team who haven't had a shot.
Yeah.
And again, for Tottenham, you could flip it around the fortunes of these two sides. Tottenham are winning a match without having a shot. It's just there's getting the rub of the green and riding your luck in football matches, and then there is that. That is pure luck throughout that whole half. The fact they are winning this match, they'd be lucky to be level 0-0. It's very rare you see a football team winning a match without shooting.
Well, it's practically impossible. Bernie says Cayman with the miss of the season potentially, but will they get more chances? But they will get more chances in the second half. Well, but then they may well get more chances in the second half. But will they put them back in the back of the net? That's the problem for Leicester this season. They've played incredibly well, but without Noemi Mouchon, without Yuta Rantala, they don't know how to put the ball in the back of the net. Missy Goodwin's had chances, has had games where she's managed to find goals, but there's not really been a talisman, someone who they can rely on to put the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, and the problem for Leicester as well is that they'll get opportunities, yes, but Tottenham will have a shot in this game. At some point in this football match, Tottenham will shoot. And that's the concern for Leicester, is that when you outclass the opposition for a whole half of football and you find yourselves 1-0 down, the opposition won't let that happen again. Tottenham, I mean, I'd be shocked if they came out and they played as badly as they did in that first half. Yeah.
Because if they do, you're right, Leicester will get opportunities and they will probably score. But Tottenham now have been handed an absolute lifeline, and if they now up their performance, it's going to get very difficult for Leicester.
Yeah.
And I mean, we could witness a game of two halves here where, you know, if Tottenham come out, they play really well, score 2 goals, and win the game, and everyone will forget about the first half. But I don't potentially see that happening. Tottenham will play better, but I just think they've been so bad that even a slight improvement is still not going to be good enough.
Yeah, I don't know if they've been... Yeah, the problem is that they're playing against a Leicester side who are really good without the ball, and they've really struggled to break that down. I think that the deep phase build-up's been much better from Tottenham. I think that Mota Oros has looked really good. But then once they get into the final third, again, they just lack creativity. They lack that cutting edge, and they really struggle to break down low blocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Leicester have been so wasteful.
There's just... Bot lost her boot and still managed to create a chance that ended up coming to nothing.
Yeah, because Takarada anticipates that a little bit quicker there. She jogs towards the front post, sprint and earlier, and then they score a goal. And again, they've had chances. Yeah. Mamiki almost getting a shot away, Mace having a shot blocked.
They got better as the half went on, Leicester, and they still didn't score. And they're doing so well. They're winning the ball hard at the pitch. It's really good stuff. This one, when they won the ball back in the edge of the area, it felt them at Goodwin, and she took too long to have the shot. And I mean, they haven't included the Cayman missing that, which shocks me because. And then the one where she kicked.
Maybe they're about to do a 10-minute segment on how on earth they didn't score.
How Janice Cayman is not running back there. Just the one that was even when she took out her own standing leg and missed the ball completely.
Yeah,
that's just a fortune for Leicester at the moment.
Iod1 says Leicester's poor finishing, extra touches, and overthinking passes are main issues. The problem is you've got players who aren't brilliant in front of goal up there.
Oh, it hurts watching that miss back.
I have no idea if she's done it. That is insane.
I mean, it is probably a foul on Beulah.
I don't think it is.
I think it is. She's slightly.
I think she got the ball, but
Takarada. But it's. Oh, it's horrible. It's so horrible to watch. 'Cause I feel for Cayman when your team are struggling in front of goal and that kind of opportunity falls to you and you skew it wide.
The problem is when you've not scored and when the team as a whole haven't scored, it starts to become a stigma. And the problem is now you're seeing a reluctancy to shoot, you're seeing a hesitancy in front of goal, you're seeing a lack of confidence, especially with decision making. And it's why Leicester keep finding themselves in these good positions, but they don't put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, she doesn't anticipate how quickly it comes to her.
If you're on form there, that goal goes in without a second thought.
If Leicester had scored, as you say, if they were playing very well and their attack was flying, they'd be 3-1 up in this game.
Yeah. Balthasar John says, when is Arsenal buying Germa? Maybe 2040, mate, once she's had a good 15-year stint at the Chelsea. Potentially. They'll let her have her, but not anytime soon.
The Germa saga is definitely one that will keep developing as the window goes on, I think.
Yeah, that is it's a very interesting saga. Chelsea, the front runners, Leon also interested. Arsenal have also said things, but it's going to be interesting to see where she goes. If anywhere, maybe she'll stay and play for Jonas Heidelberg.
Maybe a statement. Obviously, Renee Slagers was announced as the permanent manager in the week. Her first game as the permanent coach today, so maybe they'll lose to Palace and it'll look like a terrible decision. I don't think they will.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer all over again.
But yeah, Arsenal, they're set for a really good 2025. A world-class signing could be what they need to go and challenge for some.
They already missed out on one with Caroline going to Manchester City rather than Arsenal. It's worth saying that was due to a bit of a difference in negotiations. Arsenal agreed to pay her a fairly high wage. She then demanded even more than that, and Arsenal didn't believe that was of value to them.
Fair enough.
Man City were willing to pay it. Shock.
I think City would pay anything for a couple forwards right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so she'll sign a contract till 2028. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly she'll adapt to the league and what impact she'll have.
Yeah, definitely so.
Seeing that Olivia Smith goal from the other night.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
Brilliant player.
Yeah.
Liverpool can keep facilitating her getting into attacking areas. She'll keep doing things like that.
And Liverpool showed on Friday night that at their best, with their full strength 11, they are a top football team, and they will cause any team in the league problems. And it was Brighton. I don't think they played too badly. It was really good to see Liverpool starting to get back to their best, and I think they will be a tough team to beat in this second half of the season. But as you say, a superb goal from Olivia Smith, and it was a really good game. It was a good game on Friday night, and yeah, it was important for Liverpool, I think, to win that game.
Yeah. Sapphire says the talent exodus from the Swedish league has been extreme this window, and the month isn't over yet. And obviously, Laris has just left PK Hairkin. Who else has departed? Sapphire. Not kept up too much with that. And Bernie says, I'm watching the Liverpool Brighton highlights. Does Paris get into Figman's Euro squad? She should, because if Kelly doesn't leave City, she should be nowhere near it. Ella Toon shouldn't be in the England squad, but will be. As will probably Kelly. Paris should be in there, yeah. But she won't be. I don't think. We've not seen her in any of the friendlies yet. We might see in the Feb internationals. If so, there's a chance. But unless that happens, I don't see her being in the squad.
No. But I think a very good player, a very experienced player, and a player that can do a job. As you say, I don't think Kelly should be near. I think it depends what kind of second half of the season Ella Toon has, because of how good she can be on her day. I think that if she has a good second half, I think she'll be there regardless. But because of that X factor that she does possess, but I think she's in for a good second half of the season. But we'll wait and see. I'm intrigued to see whether she'll start today for Manchester Derby. I'd be surprised. I don't think she should. I think her impact from the bench could be huge, but I wouldn't expect her to be in the start 11. But we will find out in a couple hours' time.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued to see who starts in that game. Very intrigued. It should be a really good game.
It should be. And
Arsenal Crystal Palace, the next one to kick off. That's underway in half an hour. Not too many surprises in the lineups. It's pretty much the same team as they ran all season.
Larissay not starting for Palace?
No.
Oh, is she on the bench?
No.
Guessing the transfer was done too. I don't know.
She's probably had 1 day or 2 days in training, to be fair.
I also forgot that Matt Beard had to watch in the stands on the Friday night, and he looked like he was loving it. Surprised he didn't get with the home fans.
Just in the home end of the drum.
Yeah, and I think last night as well, Sean Goater's Villa still remaining unbeaten. A brilliant, to be fair, a superb performance from Brosnan, which kind of set Everton up to play well. Everton, they only had Fernandez and Ladd starting. I'd expect to see Gargo and Watson come into the fold soon, which I think could definitely have a huge difference. So it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone says Taylor back to start. Murphy. That's a hell of a shout, odd one. It'll be interesting. I think we'll see. So we don't think that there'll be any Hemp or Shaw.
No.
Which would be crazy. But we'll see. We'll see what happens there. If there's no Hemp and Shaw, you've got to think it will probably be Park, Fowler, Fagino. But
Miedemar. Miedemar will be the big one.
Miedemar could be back.
So, my best guess would be
Fagino,
Miedemar, Fowler.
Yeah, probably. Potentially Murphy over Fagino then.
Yeah.
But I think it would be Fagino.
Yeah. I think Murphy's done very well this season. I think when she's played, she's looked really sharp.
Yeah.
And definitely she's good now, but her potential is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they've got a few players like that, haven't they? Manchester City now.
You
know, you've got probably Pritchard, who a lot of people expect to be right up there. Cody Thomas, Gracie Pryor.
Yeah.
And obviously the aforementioned Murphy. So yeah, there's a lot of talent there for City. It's how they cultivate that. And the question is now for City is how do you nurture that talent whilst remaining competitive at the top level? Because you want to give those players minutes and opportunities, but you've got to do it at the right time. They've got to take inspiration from what Chelsea have done with Aguiba Jones and what they've started to do now with other players in the squad. You know, Lola Brown getting some Champions League minutes. They've got to start to do that, but we've not really seen it from City. We've not seen that integration too effectively. But they did do it well with Jess Park.
Yeah, they've done it well this season, but that's through necessity. If anything, due to the injuries, Murphy has had to play. Gracie Pryor has had to play. Cody Thomas has had to play. So you're right. I think that if they can get it right, they've got a few players there who could be very, very top level players. Whether that's at Man City, whether that's elsewhere, I don't know. But overall, they've got a good core there of young players that could definitely be stars.
But they've either got to say that these are going to be our starters. They're going to be involved in the squad. But that is going to hamper our chance in the next few years. But we believe that in 5 years we'll be then right at the sharp end. Or they're going to go out and buy some big players and go, we're going to win the league in the next few years, but risk the fact that some of those players may leave.
Yeah,
because they want to have consistent games.
I think it'll be a bit of half and half. I look at Lily Murphy. I think she is somewhat ready, and
she's as ready as Fagino is, who they signed for money for decent money in the summer.
I think that the likes of Pryor and Thomas have still got a way to go. But to be honest, I think Pryor as that fourth choice centre half when all the others are fit works pretty well to cover the cup minutes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Obviously, at the moment, that we saw quite a few of them start the FA Cup game against Ipswich, which is what you'd expect, and they've done well so far to take their opportunities and play well. Especially Murphy. That's the big thing. She's come in and she's taken those opportunities. She's taken every chance she's got and looked really, really sharp.
Yeah, I odd one saying Viv Fowler Murphy. Could see that. Bernie says who's Taylor putting in between the sticks. Should be Keating. Could be Yamashita. I think if it's Yamashita, the chance of United winning is higher.
Yeah.
Then I already think United should be going into this game with a lot of belief. I personally think they're going to win today.
It'll be very interesting to see.
Bernie says, I'm wondering if Caroline will be another Jose no output, taking players on and getting nothing out of them. That'd be interesting. I mean, obviously, Caroline, it's a difficult one. She's played 5 games since the World Cup in 2023, I think. So it's difficult to get a read on what level she's going to be at. She's had a huge ACL injury in that time. And we just don't know what version of the player we're going to get in the WSL. So it's going to be a really interesting situation. I think it's a necessity to sign a player in that position. But are City in a position to gamble on someone like Caroline? If they want to go in the league, probably not. I think it's definitely a sign that they... Well, maybe it is that gamble they need. Because either she comes in, she isn't great, but that won't... They'll still finish 2nd, 3rd or 4th. Yeah. They'll still be up in a decent position. Or she comes in, she is a big game changer, and they do then really push Chelsea for the title. That's what they've got to be aiming for. Sapphire says, Olivia Schnau, Ruby Grant to Leverkusen, Weston to Celtic, Knack to City, Tanaka back to Bayern from loan and more. Rosengard have lost a lot to be expected after an amazing season they've had. So that's all the Swedish league signs. I forgot, obviously, Knack joined from Rosengard.
Yeah.
Vision to see her impact, obviously. A very good. I assume you've watched a lot more of Knack than Sapphire. Can you tell us a bit about her? Because I've watched clips, done a bit of research. I think it's going to be an interesting addition to that.
Big game for her today. Huge game for her today.
She starts, which you'd expect she does because they've got no Alex Greenwood.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tottenham will get us back underway now in this game then. Can we see an improvement from Tottenham or will they continue to ride their luck? Or could Leicester come back into this game.
How
Get
long?
some goals.
How long will it take them to shoot?
Well, we're going to find out, but we are now underway here at the Gone Group Stadium. Tottenham leading by a goal to nil. Leicester keen, though, to right the wrongs of that first half. But it is Tottenham starting positively here. Beth England holds it up nicely. Maita Oros. And she's picked off, and now here come Leicester. And they've got an advantage. That's an important interception, that, from Amanda Nilden.
Great tackle. Stops. Lass being sent through. Again, Leicester starting sharply, looking to be positive. They will come out with belief that they can get 2 goals in this second half and win this football match. You've got to take belief that your opposition haven't had a shot. You've got to use that. Forget your 1-0 down. Just play your football. If they play the way they have all game, they will score eventually. They have to.
Yeah. Here are Leicester in possession then. Newly T-Bow, now Ale. That's a good... Well, Mamiki tries to pick out... Ostrakarov tries to pick out Mamiki. A little bit overhit, though. And Tottenham back in possession. Here's Bartrip. Back to Luana Bueller. Bueller out wide. And that's a ball forward down the line from Artinen. Brought down by Ale. Ale tries to work back down the line. Neville pokes out of play. Leicester throw. And it will be Ale to take. Goes back to T-Bow.
Yeah, no rush for Leicester. They've got plenty of time. They won't be too concerned about the fact... I mean, they won't be happy to be losing, but they, as I said, they've got a good 45 minutes to get back into this match.
Yeah.
Bizarre on that from Mace. Should have just tried to keep control of the ball there. Leathers it forward, trying to find someone. Didn't pay off.
Bartrip out wide to Amanda Nilden. That's a ball fizz back to the goalkeeper by Drew Spence. Here's Lisa Kopp, though, who, despite Leicester's despite Leicester's attacking prowess, despite them going forwards quite a lot, she's not had a lot to do today against the former side.
No.
1 save, I believe, so far.
So, 40 minutes
Really,
away
should have
from
conceded twice from Ginny's but
40 minutes away from a clean sheet on debut, which has also been a rare thing for Tottenham to have. So I think that'll also take that. A side who have conceded way too many goals for where they are in the league. That's a good tackle from Neville, though.
And now here come Tottenham. Ball given to Naz. Another good tackle from T-Bow. Force for Neville. Another good tackle from T-Bow. And Leicester will look to break. Neville, though, smashing out of play.
Yeah, well intercepted. Allows Neville to get herself back into position. And Leicester to build. No, bit of it's a nervy first start of the second half because Tottenham have not been on it, and Leicester they don't want to give too much away, but they know they're in this game.
Yeah, Tottenham lifting that ball forwards. Howard will let that run over her head. Rasso can gamble on this here, and that is a big challenge from Sophie Howard, an important tackle as well. Completely clean, though. Does so well. Bot released it down the line. I'm back in there, though, by Bartrip.
And Rasso stood on the deck, so they will stop the game. It was a big tackle. Nothing wrong with it, but it was a big tackle.
A crunching one, an important one, though, from Howard.
Rasso as well. Yeah, it's a great tackle.
Yeah. And let's get some predictions then for the second half. Going in chat, 1-0 Tottenham after 45 minutes. Second half just got back underway. How do you expect the game to go? And what did you say at the start, Harry?
I said 1-1, but I said the other way. I said the other way around. I thought Leicester would score first, but either way, my prediction's still on.
Yeah, we're not going to go into the semantics of it. We're not that pedantic.
I predict it's 1-1. If it finishes 1-1, I win.
Yeah, I said 2-0 Tottenham. I didn't think they'd play this badly, but I'm very much on for that.
Yeah.
There's every chance. However, I think Leicester deserve to be leading. It's difficult to say they will be, though, or predict that they will, because they should have scored goals and they haven't.
Yeah.
That's not a foul. Now it's there. Managed to shrug off.
I thought it was more a trip to wrap, but we'll see.
No, potentially. It looked like, for me, she just shrugged off as me to Ale there, and then it was pulled back.
Just tripped
Oh,
her up
I
with a standing
guess,
leg.
yeah.
I mean,
It
Ale has
looked like it
misjudged
just
it.
leaned, yeah.
And that's unlucky because Ale shouldn't be there.
But Cayman flicks that over the top, but Takarada can't react quick enough. Here's Bot. Tries to play it forward, but it's cut out. Neville under pressure here from Missy Goodwin, and her pass is picked off in there by Ale, spills out to Artinen, one back by T-Bow, spills out to Artinen, and now they'll come forwards. England switches the focus attack, headed away by Bot. Raso will keep it alive. Now made to Oros, goes out to Amanda Nilden, back to Oros, and Nilden knocking it between them. Now here is Bartrip. Beulah. Charlie going for a 3-1 win for Tottenham. Fair enough. Thanks for the prediction. Here's Naz. Back now to Neville. Mamiki wins it high. Beats Ash Neville and now looks to come forwards. Ball goes out to Janice Cayman. Now across to Bot.
Go back to Cayman.
Tries to take game. Raso prevents the shot. And the ball into the box is headed away. Here's Howard.
I think Raso, look, very forceful from Raso that. I think she got away with one there, but again, it's Leicester doing well. Just that final touch isn't managing to go goalwards.
Yeah.
But again,
Makes into Ale.
Started the second half, better team. They've still got the momentum. They've just got to use it.
The Iod one says Tottenham will likely win Tottenham 3-0, but I'm hoping for a Leicester 2-1 miracle. Yeah, that would be a fantastic turnaround, and no less than they deserve. Leicester. Here's Naz, wanted to take on Ale here. Nice stuff from Jess Naz. Ale with a good tackle, though, to win the ball back, and now Leicester will look to play out. You can see why they're so good defensively, Leicester.
Yeah.
The tackling is phenomenal. So strong. And again, you can see why Tottenham aren't, because they've made a foul every time they've got to try and win the ball today.
No, that's actually a good decision in the end. I think Leicester were initially frustrated because they still had the ball, but the pass was really poor from Takarada. And there was a change for Tottenham.
Well, the ref didn't blow. The ref tried to play advantage
Yeah.
there, and then they lost the ball. And Tottenham have decided to take off Maita Odos.
7 minutes into the game, second half, clearly not happy. So I think they're going 2-2 for. They'll drop Spence.
Will drop back in. They'll go for more, then 2 more out and out number 9s. But Odos has been one of their best players.
That's a strange one.
Confusing one.
But I clearly just want a little bit more presence up front. Although it does look like Thomas is just going to slot in behind England, which would be pointless. That's a great ball. That's a good win. Has she kept it on? No. Ooh. Bit unlucky that.
How the Linos deemed that from all the way down the line, I'm not sure, but there we go.
Yeah, let's see if that personnel change will aid Tottenham or not. But it's not them.
Might give him a bit more presence up front if Mark Thomas actually stands there. Well, ball one heart of the field here by Missy Goodwin. That comes off Arsenal out for a Leicester throw. Burnley going for a 2-0 Tottenham win. Yeah, fair enough. Does feel like Leicester won't be rewarded for their efforts today.
I mean, 53 minutes into a football game, Tottenham have not had a shot and they are winning 1-0.
T-Bow tries to play it forward. It's cut out. Here's Artinen. Thomas. One back by T-Bow. Mamiki. Into Mace. Back to T-Bow. T-Bow trying to lift over the top. Cut out by Artinen, but that's just out for a Leicester throw.
Yeah. It's one of those scenarios where you feel that if Leicester get one, they'll get another. But if they don't get that first goal, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. But the question why Leicester aren't in their home kit today, but I imagine, do they have white socks on that Leicester kit?
Potentially.
That would be the clash.
And they're away anyway, so they might have
That is true. Yeah. It just feels like Tottenham never play against anyone in a home kit now because they've...
Yeah.
Obviously their kit's white and there's a lot of kits with white on it. It's Arsenal, isn't it, that've ruined it? Because they've got white shorts, which means that now when they play Tottenham, they have to... Tottenham have to wear an away kit.
That's not very well dealt with by Bartrip, but Beulah's saved her a little bit.
Spence heads it on now. Raso. Thomas. Back to Raso. Plays it back into Marta Thomas. Ball into the box, and that was almost a shot in the end, and it's pushed away by Janina Leipzig. Not sure it's going on target, though, so you can't count that as a shot.
Certainly wasn't the
cross
intention.
that caused
Yeah.
Leipzig problems. Bühler. Headed away by Yuli Tebow.
It's a really weird game to call because everything, common sense, and after watching the first half tells you that Leicester are going to win, but Tottenham come forward again. It's another ball into Beth England, who is offside. But yeah, it's just bizarre. This is one of those where football just doesn't make sense sometimes.
Yeah.
The side that are winning have failed to have a shot, and the side that are losing have missed chance after chance. Yeah, that from Thomas, that's a cross. I'm not counting that as a cross. But it was going on target, so it might go down as a shot.
Leicester going forwards now. Janice Kamen tries to knock it wide. Cat out in there by Hayley Raso.
Pass has got to have a bit more conviction on it.
Yeah. Leicester now in possession. Tebow. Neville heads it away. Now Naz. Tries to take on Ale. Pass inside, and it's a nice combination between her and Spence. Strong chance from Tebow. Now here come Leicester. Missy Goodwin. Darts inside. Good chance from Neville, and Tottenham have possession back. Spence has played it into no man's land, but Nilden will claim it. And now here come Tottenham. Ball through, looking for Marta Thomas, and that's into the gloves of Janina Leipzig.
Yeah, right idea, just a bit too much on it from Nilden. A loose pass that somehow, so it was a Tottenham ball, wasn't it? Just played into space, and luckily for them, it was Nilden running onto it. So another one of those where that could have fallen to a Leicester player and they'd been in big trouble.
Yeah. Let's move to Ale. Now Mamiki. Mamiki inside to Mace. Mace goes to Tebow. And that's spread to Janice Kamen. And Raso pulls her down, and that will be a foul.
Yeah. Felt the ball had to come sooner, but got fouled anyway, so it didn't really matter.
That was Bot that was carrying it forward. Yeah, Raso nowhere near it. Just pushed it to the ground.
And again, we're approaching that last half hour, and Leicester just haven't really posed much of a threat so far. But this is a good opportunity for this set piece. It has to be a good ball in. Has to be. Get it in that penalty area. Make Tottenham defend their box, because when they've done that this season, they've either conceded or given away a penalty.
Mamiki swings it into the area. It's headed down in there and then smashed clear by Bartrip.
Wasn't a bad ball at all.
And Leicester trying to find a way to put the ball into the box here. It keeps getting blocked. Here's Naz. Good turn. Thomas tries to keep it alive.
No one's got
One back in there by Kamen. A nice pass inside to Howard.
Goodwin,
brilliant turn to take it away from Spence. Strong in the challenge to hold on to the ball. Spills out to Kamen, whose touch lets her down again. England. Tries to play the ball down the line. Doesn't quite come off. Brilliant from Olga Arton, and it's blocked in there. It's a scrappy old game. It's going to spit out nicely here for Jess
Why
Naz.
no one's reacted for Tottenham? For Leicester, sorry.
Well, for either side. That has not... I didn't know that went out of play. I don't know why Naz didn't start running.
Yeah. I don't know what's going. It feels Leicester keep doing it's a really nice passage to beat a player, and then they just the touch is so heavy that they end up just falling into the path of another Tottenham player.
Yeah, Lord Lloyd, welcome to the stream. Says I thought WSL matches were being broadcast live on YouTube. They are. So the WSL has a certain number of games that are for YouTube. The rest are selected by TV broadcasters. So this weekend there's 3 games on YouTube: Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, West Ham, and yesterday was Aston Villa, Everton. And then this game was picked up by BBC. The Manchester Derby latest day is on Sky, and the Friday night game between Liverpool and Brighton was on Sky. So it just depends. It tends to be about 2, sometimes 3 broadcast picks. The rest are then on YouTube.
Yeah. Double change for Leicester. Hopefully this will lead to goals.
So O'Brien coming into the midfield, I believe. Ball looks like going out to the right-hand side. Janice Cayman coming off.
Tierney going on.
Sam Tierney coming into midfield.
Well, that is a change I like. I like that. So if Brian comes on for Lass on that right-hand side, I like that change, bringing Tierney into this game. If Leicester can get her on the... I think Cayman has done well, but on the ball has just
getting into the right positions. The movement's good, the work rate's good, the effort's good, but technically it's just not. She's just not been there. I mean, you can put pressure on Bueller here. It's a poor back pass, but they'll get away with it.
I think Mamie's got absolutely hounding that down. It does it like Mamiki's gone up front as well.
Neville now. Carrying it forwards. Still Takalada. Thomas to Naz. Wants to drive inside. Back to Thomas. There's been a lot of fluidity in that Leicester front line anyway, to be fair.
Yeah. Leicester just got to hope those changes are enough.
Lord Lloyd says, thank you for that. I'm in Australia, so I'll have to do some checking. Yeah, I think the broadcaster there is Optus, isn't it? In Australia. I'm not sure if they have all of the broadcast bit.
Another great tackle from Tebow. Been superb today.
Into Mamiki. Ball knocked out wide into O'Brien. O'Brien running now at Bartrip. Bartrip does well to narrow the angle. Support is emerging though for Leicester now. Ball into Tierney, who made a good run. Cuts it back, and there's no one there. Will fall for Goodwin, who's good score. What a save from Lisa Kopp. Huge save. And again, just perhaps doesn't get enough behind that.
Yeah. And Goodwin caught as well. But another opportunity for Leicester. Tierney does well, cuts it back. It's the right idea. Spence gets away one.
It comes off of Spence, which I think takes a bit of the sting out of the Goodwin shot. Sapphire says if you get a VPN, you can watch on YouTube. Don't tell them that, Sapphire. You could lose all our viewers for us. But no.
How have Leicester not scored in this game?
You can do that.
But that's also what I'm, it was the two substitutes combined down that right-hand side. Nearly an instant impact. Really good run from Tierney. O'Brien did well just to wait for the run of the midfielder. And then Tierney does well. It's a nice ball in, and Goodwin's unlucky. And hopefully she's all right here because she's played very, very well in this match.
Yeah.
Type. I will be absolutely stunned if Leicester don't at least get a point from this football match. It's just crazy.
I wouldn't. That's been the story of their season. So many chances, so many wasted.
I've never seen them miss this many though, and like this many clear cut. Like they've missed a lot of chances, but they've had open goals. They've had they've had everything.
Yeah, Charlie says Tottenham are playing rubbish. You're not necessarily wrong there. They're yet to have a shot still in this game. As we are over the hour mark now.
And they're winning. What is this? This WSL is back, like, very well and truly back.
Yeah. Now the league in the world. Can you win without shooting? Double change coming for Tottenham. Man, it's going to be Gunnar Williams. And, okay, who else is coming on? So Haley Rasso's coming off.
Charlotte Grant.
Oh, if only it was Hunt, we might have a fun 27 minutes in store. But yeah, so Grant on for Naz, Rasso off for Gunning Williams. They're going to 5-back here, Tottenham.
They're parking it.
Well, the looks of it.
They are well and truly parked on the bus. They are going to become... They must be one of the first teams in the world, if they win this game, to win a competitive football match without taking a shot.
Yeah.
It's absolutely absurd. Anyway, we're back underway, and Goodwin is all right to continue as well, which is good for Leicester because she's played well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Leicester bringing on reinforcements. Tottenham packing out the back line, it feels.
England tries to play it down the line. It's cut out. Another throw for Tottenham. England gives it into Thomas. Thomas gets the touch, lays it, or tries to play it into Gunning Williams. Not going to come off. So Grant's just gone to right wing. That's not a change of shape.
Just
a really odd thing.
Yeah.
Is your Suzuki or Ayane sat on the bench right now? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
Because they've just put a centre back on right wing.
Mm.
Or yeah, defender on right wing. But yeah. Alex says Leicester are like Arsenal men, can't get defence, but no good striker to score. Yeah, a very strong defence.
Genuinely, if they create as many chances when Mushan and Rantala are back, they're going to score tons of goals.
Yeah, so far you are right. It is a Watchalong. That my comment was just in jest. Don't worry. But yeah, good win. Back now to T-Bow. Howard. T-Bow. Ale goes back to Yuli T-Bow. T-Bow sends it forwards. Finds O'Brien. O'Brien flicks it on well. Here's Tierney trying to find Takarada. Tries to play it inside, but it's cut out there by Bueller.
You can't help but feel for Leicester. I couldn't imagine playing against a team and losing. You just don't want to lose a game to a team that ran a shot.
Yeah.
Takarada being hounded. I don't know who on earth has the ball. It's a Leicester throw. They just need the ball
holds that up well.
The full right in this final third for somebody.
Here is Marta Thomas.
But even there, in that scenario, the cross takes a deflection and spits up, and it spits up and falls straight to Bartrip, who can just volley it clear.
Yeah.
When it really isn't your day, it's
That's a good challenge there from Drew Spence. That's how to play for Tottenham throw. They're just seeing this out now, Tom.
Yeah.
They really are. There's not much intent to go forwards, to attack. They're just trying to see this game out.
I'm getting frustrated, and I'm not even a Leicester fan.
Yeah. It is a frustrating one. Lloyd says, I appreciate what the lads do, but being unable to view the match, they discuss it. I might rejoin for the analysis later. Take care and keep doing what you do. Thank you, Lord Lloyd. If you do find a way to watch the game, we are live later for the Manchester derby. So feel free to join us then. That should be a very good game of football.
Tidy from Goodwin again.
She finds Mamiki, and this is such a good chance for Leicester. She drives inside with purpose. A pass to Takarada, bearing in on goal. Look to shoot, now gives it to O'Brien. Can someone take a shot for Leicester?
Got to shoot. Someone's got to pull the trigger. I thought it was be Takarada. She was winding up for a shot. Big tackle in there.
Strong challenge in there from O'Brien. Ball inside to Takarada. It's poked away in there by Artisan. Back to goalkeeper Lisa Kopp. Wow. One says Leicester need to buy one good attacking midfielder. Leicester need a striker.
Oh yeah,
that's all they need. Someone to put the ball in the back of the net, or a winger, or a goal-scoring winger as well would be helpful. But equally, Jutta Rantala expected back around March time, I think. So obviously you've got to consider that with when looking at who to buy.
Very much looks like Tracy Howard is now sitting in there with Mace, and that Tierney and Mamiki are kind of playing as 2-10s. It's incredible.
Yeah. It's a bit of a 3-2-4-1 at the moment in possession. So it's just that Howard's not sitting in there, but she jumps up really quickly. Or T-Bow does it as she's doing now. Brilliant win, but it's deemed a foul. Looked fine to me, but alas.
A yellow.
It's been booked for it.
Wow. Make sure you watch this one back. Oh yeah,
it's not a yellow. She catches it. It's not a yellow though. Bernie says it's Cuthbert's 250th appearance today. Will she get a goal? Would be nice to see her get a goal.
250. Wow.
What a player. What a fantastic servant. Lloyd says yes. Hugh has to go out to take United apart and remind them of their place. But as an Arsenal fan, I prefer United to win. Anyway, ciao for now. See you, Lloyd. But yeah, that will be really interesting to see how that game goes.
Very tasty game, I think. Hopefully, both sides have a shot. Oh,
would be a good start.
This is why we love the WSL.
and Arsenal Crystal Palace has just got underway at the Emirates.
Could get very, very. I think that could be a really nice, comfortable win for Arsenal. The form that the likes of Rousseau are in.
Well, they'll be looking at it today as if they can win, and there's either a draw in the Manchester Derby or a United win. They'll sit tonight as second in the WSL, which is exactly where they want to be. I mean, obviously, top is where they want to be, but they're not. They're not going to do that in one weekend.
After the start they had to the campaign.
Yeah, I think second would be a really good finishing point. They know obviously they've got a tough run coming up soon. They play Arsenal, they play Chelsea next weekend. They play Manchester City the weekend after that. So they need to get a big win on the board today and then try and take some confidence into their trip to Stamford Bridge.
Brilliant football from
Chance now for Leicester again. That's
another great
strong from nil in the box, but it is fair.
But it just needs more conviction. They've got to be stronger in there. Tierney is 12 yards. Just have a shot. Pull the trigger. Howard, assertive, superb. Mamiki does really well to find Tierney. It's just too slow. Make that a positive touch. Step it onto the ball and just smash it at the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
At this point, just shoot. It has to be the not from. I don't mean shoot and take, but as soon as you get anywhere near the box, just have a go. If you're in a Leicester shirt.
Yeah, indeed. Alex says, is there also a difficult FFP situation in the OSL? Because Burnley clearly has enough money to pull a Gurma deal, and she is also a fellow American. No, I don't believe there's any financial restrictions. The problem is a lot of clubs at the moment will only invest what they know they can make back to a certain extent. I mean, at the moment, it is very loss-leading, the women's game. I think it will become profitable over time, but it's going to take time to do that.
Yeah.
I think football in general, it tends to lead a loss. There are not many people making money in football apart from Sepp Blatter and now Infantino. But yeah, a lot of people are making a loss in football. But there just isn't really the upside. That's why we don't see the huge investment yet in the women's game. But yeah, as you say, I think that will be something they look to do. I think it should be the first £1 million transfer. I think that'd be a completely fair valuation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've always told Bodo make it happen. Don't have millions of pounds.
I mean, I think he can. I think he's in a position where he can probably give away $1 million and not be damaged incredibly by it. But as you say, he's not going to want to do that when he knows he might not get that back because he's a businessman and he wants to earn money.
Indeed. The chances of Leicester score will be happy. Yeah, they deserve it. It's Tottenham over this free kick though. Can they get their first shot of the game? Arsenal puts it in there. Headed away. They will. The wait will continue for that first shot. And they'll go back now to Bartrip as they manage to win it back. Bernie says, I have to go. Thanks for the stream, guys. Appreciate you tuning in, Bernie. If you're about later, make sure to join us for that Manchester derby. It's going to be a brilliant game. And that is out now for a Tottenham corner.
17 minutes to play, and Leicester are still losing this match to a Tottenham side who haven't had a shot. This result is really damning, and it is a bad reflection on Leicester's season.
Yeah. Because
people will look at it and go, they lost to a Tottenham side who haven't had a shot. But when you watch the game, and you just think, my, how have Leicester lost? Still time. There is
ball
still
into
time.
The box now. Howard heads it away, and that is a shot. I repeat, a shot from Amanda Nilden.
Yeah, it's going to count. It is.
It's not a good effort whatsoever.
No.
But I believe that will be counted as a shot.
Well wide.
Potentially not. Might be a clearance.
Yeah. It was a good 10, 15 yards wide of the goal.
Yeah.
Can Leicester get a point from this game? Can they get a goal?
Big win in there for Tottenham. Spence. Now Neville. Bueller. Back to...
Leicester got to get up.
Kopp.
They've got to get out and got to get as high as they possibly can, really.
Lisa Kopp knocks it out wide. Here's Amanda Nilden. England. Nilden. Artinen. Gives it back to Bartrip. Spence.
Really good pressure
One
from
out of the pitch here by Leicester. Chance for Mamiki. Looking to get a shot away. Tries to wriggle out into some space. Mace takes aim for range. And that's tipped wide, I think, by Lisa Kopp. Or maybe just
Well
being
left.
wide.
Well left,
Yeah.
but that's what Leicester have got to do more of. That is not a bad effort from Ruby Mace. I mean, I think I've been going on. If anything, she had the time to potentially take a touch and just step on a bit further. But it's not a bad effort at all, just wide. Leicester put their done again, win the ball out of the pitch. That is not a bad effort.
I should say, Pop reads that really well, though. That's going wide. England. And well, you did say there may be a bloodbath at the Emirates Stadium today, and 6 minutes in, Arsenal lead by 1-0.
Wow, that was quick.
Yes. Over 84% possession the first 6 minutes, and now they have found a goal.
Oh, Goodwin keeps that on superbly.
Mace into Mamiki.
Oh, it's just
Won by Spence. Tottenham will come forwards now.
Mamiki nearly got it in her grasp.
Ball out wide,
good
put away by Ale.
Still time for Leicester. They've got to believe they can still get something out of this match. They are playing some really nice stuff. 14 minutes is enough. We've seen some late escapes in the WSL so far this season. A lot of teams who have left it late but got something from the match. Mamiki just never really got this under control. And ended up getting trod on by Spence.
Yeah. Leo Williamson goal.
Oh, wow.
Arsenal.
Corner, I'm guessing, or an absolute belter. Probably the two outcomes there.
Chelsea team for the West Ham game. Hampton in goal. Bronze, Bright, Bjorn, Charles in the back line. Nuskin, Cuthbert, pivot. Baltimore on one flank. Beaver Jones on the other. Macario in the 10. Ramirez leads the line. Strong.
Yeah, no Guru Wrighton's very interesting, but
yeah, it's an interesting call.
13 to play. Tottenham with the throws. Again, Tebow wins it well. Leicester defensively been superb.
Yeah.
Cannot fault them at all. The back line, as we have seen all season, has been really strong. Grant looks to run. Goodwin. Bicycle kicks it out for a throw. Aberdeen Mikel will... It's a very bizarre situation to be in as a manager because your side are playing some very nice football, but you're not getting the results. And at the end of the day, that can hurt you at times. And I feel for Mikel because she's got to be careful because Leicester find themselves in a relegation fight that they should be nowhere near.
Yeah.
And changes are going to come for Tottenham soon. That's analsysi. He looks to be coming on with the ball next to the pitch. But Leicester are fighting out there. No idea. As both sides just throwing bodies in there and trying to win the ball, and Leicester come away with it.
And they just can't quite get through.
Yeah. And in the end, Mamiki's going to take the throw in. Oh, and
Ash Neville and Mamiki with some afters. Neville fancies that scrap.
Grant came running.
And jogs away.
Bit of a random one there.
Like it though.
Yeah. But it's getting feisty now. I mean, I understand. Because I understand Mamiki's problem with it. Because Mamiki sees it out for a throw, goes to pick the ball up, and Neville just comes in and kicks it away.
I don't know what Neville was doing there.
And nearly managed to kick Mamiki's hand.
And then fancied a scrap. Alex says, I expect nothing less than a Skinner versus Taylor masterclass tonight. Indeed. Ramwa says, Man City's Hasegawa has never won a lead-off in a Japanese league match without United's Hiyazawa, who was on the same team at the time. It's interesting. Tebow. Ball forwards. And Neville will knock that back to Lisa Cart. Wellington Bayer says ATB 3-0. I don't know what this means. I've seen ATB and 3-0 twice now in the chat. I don't get it. But welcome to the stream regardless. And Louis was something in, I believe, Spanish. Unfortunately.
That's not a bad ball in or good from Cop.
Cop.
Really good stuff from Cop. 10 minutes to play. Tottenham are still holding on here. But Leicester, they're going to keep throwing it at them. Really well playing from Cop. Well challenged by Tierney, but some good goalkeeping from the new Tottenham goalkeeper.
Yeah. There's Dutch international. Williamson's goal set up by Katie McCabe, by the way.
Corner then, surely.
You would assume.
Thomas.
Takes it past Sophie Howard. Takes it past Ruby Mace. Mace gets back in and wins the ball, though. Good challenge. Now they'll look to break. O'Brien skips past a player. That's Takarada forwards as an option. Might just keep going alone. Does find Takarada, who holds the ball up well. Drew Spence all over her. Pass back to O'Brien. Feeds it through. There's not enough on it to Mamiki.
Really well done from Charlotte Grant to intercept that. But it needed more on it. You're right.
Here is Bueller. Clears it away. Header one in there by Mace. Mamiki flicks it on. Takarada competes. Flicked away. Mamiki down, holding her head. Referee will halt proceedings. It's getting feisty now.
I mean, I was pretty certain this was a foul on Mamiki, it looked to be. But yeah, this game is hotting up. Leicester are throwing everything at it. Mamiki goes in here for the header, and I think Bueller just kind of just tramples into her. For me, that's a free kick, and I think that's fortunate for Bueller, because Mamiki goes for the header and Bueller kind of just barges her way through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Mamiki's all right, but wow. When changes come for both sides here, Leicester has got to throw everything at it. I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, looks like it. Olga Artinen coming off.
Yeah, Tottenham just fresh legs in there. They're going to just try and hold on to this game.
And that is Suzuki going on. So how they're going to do this now, I'm not sure.
I don't know. I think they're just putting just players. Just sitting players there. Yeah. 8 minutes. Leicester, at the very least, deserve a point. Tottenham, though, are doing well to hold firm. Well, I think there were changes coming for Leicester as well, but I'm guessing they're waiting to see if Mamiki's all right before they do anything, because they might be forced into changing their changes.
That's how I said. Inter's only 4 points behind top spot in Serie A. I wasn't familiar with their game. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't seen much of the Serie A Femminile.
Yeah.
Is it Roma or Juve top? I assume it's one of those. They're the stronger sides in that division.
Yeah. One back by Thibaut. Good win.
Juventus, yeah. Roma then third. But to be fair, they do split off into playoffs.
Ah, right.
For the top 5 and bottom 5.
Very tidy from Mace. Mace still going. It's a lovely ball into Takarada.
Holds it up well. O'Brien, Mamiki, O'Brien again. Takes it past Nelden, brought down in the box. That is not a penalty, it's a corner. It's a good challenge. O'Brien's furious.
Wow.
Well, has been given a goal kick.
The lineswoman, the liner on the far side's given a corner, and the referee said no, goal kick. That's why I don't get why the ref's done that.
Mind-boggling decision.
The linesman on the far side immediately gave a corner, and the ref decided to overrule it and give a goal kick. I have no idea how she's come to that decision. That is a stone wall corner.
Header one in there by Howard. Mamiki heads it on. One back by Neville, who will try and smash it. Clear Ale. Heads back. Neville struggling in there. Mace. And that is a challenge from Neville. Wins the ball back up. Being a bit under pressure. Sends it forward. Ale tries to flick on and can't. And T-Val can't quite keep that alive. Odd one says Spurs, without a doubt, the luckiest team in the WSL, routinely getting undeserved results. I can't disagree. I mean, obviously, you make your own luck at times. I think today's game, though, unlike most, you can you can definitely say fortune has definitely rubbed off on them.
Still time for Leicester. They will believe.
Here's Bott. Touched on well in there. Tierney competing. Possession lost though. Here is Tottenham's Martha Thomas gunning Williams. Flicked on well. Here come Tottenham. England's in behind here. Chance now. Tries to poke it on, but it goes to Leipzig.
Leicester have got to get it moving. They're throwing numbers forward, which is leaving them open, but so far they're managing it well. Oh, but Sherwood's got caught in it in the middle. And
England from range.
It's off the line.
No. It bounces down off the bar on the line and out.
I don't know what Sherwood's doing. The youngsters come on for Goodwin and gone into midfield, and it's just sat on the ball and lost it to England, who saw the keep Leipzig off our line.
Direct ball. O'Brien will compete. One back by Bartrip. Again, O'Brien competes. Nilden wins it back. Mamiki wins it high. Touches off the pitch. 5 minutes to go, and it's become frantic.
It's a shot for Tottenham. It was a brilliant one from England. I don't know what Sherwood's doing.
That deserved a goal. Hell of an effort. It almost looks like it bounces down in the goal.
I mean, that tells us absolutely nothing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no one could see it for Tottenham, so
because it was from so far out, and there's no one that behind the goal that end. No. There's no fans that can start shouting.
Time's running out for Leicester. They've huffed and puffed, but nothing to show for it so far.
Alex says luckiest win was Everton versus Liverpool with their fake penalty. Yeah.
This is going to compete though, because before Beth England's shot there, Tottenham took Tottenham 85 minutes to have a shot, and they've been winning the game 1-0 since the 4th minute.
Yeah, Odd1 says, isn't that a goal? Well, that's how I initially called it, because that's what it looked like to me. And then you just see there's no reaction.
I need to have a look.
It looked like it may have. It's going to be a tight one, regardless of whether that's gone over the line or not. But again, we've seen so many times this season where if you have goal line technology, that's not even a question. The same with the one that Tottenham scored against Chelsea, which was apparently over the line.
Right, let's see this again. Hopefully they slow it down.
No,
that's on
the line.
I think that's on the line. Yeah.
Right, when you see that replay, it looks like it bounces down on that line. So, a fair judgment.
Yeah. I'm sure you see how many additional minutes we're going to get. We've had quite a few stoppages. We've had quite a few subs as well. So I still think there's quite a few minutes left in this game. O'Brien does well to see that for a throw. Takarada is again manhandled by Buehler, and it is given eventually. That's the second or third time that Buehler's just gone in, just barged into someone. And again, a few afters here between Mason Grant. This game is a start because Leicester are getting frustrated. Tottenham will be frustrated as well because they've not played well, and they're worried they're going to lose this. They're going to end up losing this victory.
Yeah, Tottenham. Leicester have a chance to put this ball into the box. Mace listed in there. Just headed away. Could be kept alive here by Yuli Tebow. Up against Neville.
Oh, and
she ran it off the pitch.
That's really poor.
And that will be a Tottenham goal kick.
That's really poor. Just didn't know it was the wrong player in the wrong position. You don't want your centre half to be the one that's trying to recycle the ball.
Yeah.
And ultimately it just took too long to decide what to do with it, and it just ran out. And again, Lisa Cobb is taking her time over this. I think it'll all be added on though. I think we're in for some lengthy additional time.
I hope so. I don't want this game to end.
No.
Give us 20 minutes. We'll keep going. Ayo wins the header. Falls to Martha Thomas. Thomas tries to lift it over the top. One back by Yuli Tebow. Tebow lifts it into the middle of the pitch. A push from Buehler unpunished, but Leicester keep possession. Tierney flicks it on. Here's Bott. Carries it well. Good header. Nilden with a half challenge. Falls to Tierney. Tries to take it in her stride and can't. It's a messy moment. Falls in there for Ale. Heads on to Tebow. Tebow across to Howard. Leicester looking to pin Tottenham in here. Ball goes wide. Mamiki chests it down well. And she's caught there in the challenged. Leicester free kick.
Yeah. Tottenham again having to resort to bringing Leicester players down just to keep themselves in this game, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mamiki does well to burst inside and just gets caught on top of the foot. How many minutes of additional time are we going to get? Surely we've got quite 9. Wow.
9 minutes, that's time. That's enough time for Leicester to get a goal. More than enough time. It's enough time for 2 if they hurry up.
Yeah. Well, I thought there'd be a lengthy additional time. We weren't quite getting 9, but plenty of time for Leicester.
Mamiki, ball in. And O'Brien's given it away, and now Tottenham have a 4-on-2 situation. Suzuki gets outpaced there by CJ Bott, who puts the effort in to get there. And now Leicester can look to come forwards. T-Bow, ball over the top is cut out. And then no one can just get the ball on the deck. And here, Kopp here won't be able to pick it up. It's outside of area, but it will just about roll out for a goal kick.
Not quite sure that came off. It's O'Brien down. It was a big tackle in there. It was a big contest. She was all right. Between her, Neville and Spence all went in for it. And O'Brien ended up kind of being the bottom of the pile out of the 3 of them.
Yeah.
But again, Leicester...
How they still won the this game, I don't know.
But that's a couple of times now where they've had really good... Oh, they did actually get... It was a free kick. They haven't given the free kick. So another opportunity to put the ball in the box. Their recycling of crosses has been poor. They've got a free kick here, though. Again, has to be a good ball in from Mace.
Ball in towards the back post. It's floated in there. It's cleared away by Drew Spence. Could be kept alive here. One of the young players here lifts it into the box. Pushing a head away there. From Grant, caught in the face there.
Sherwood's flying. No, it was
Sherwood, wasn't it?
Yeah. Flying in. Big tackle that.
That commitment.
Yeah. Oh, this is on a knife edge. Leicester. Yeah. Unbelievable. Ash Neville was taking her time over this throw.
Howard sends it up the line. And how to play though.
Should let Tebow have that, and then Tebow can play it to Howard, who can then use the ball. No need to smash that out for a throw.
Yeah, she's run across there just to smash out for a throw. Or just once she's got there, turn around and get back to Lisa Kopp, play some football.
The main thing for Leicester now is keep the ball in play, keep the ball, just keep moving. Wow, oh wow, this is...
Whereas now they're letting Tottenham click down the clock. With these throw-ins, taking it to this corner. Mace wins it back. Turns away from Grant well. Ale, T-Bow. Tries to lift out of her own penalty area. Gunnar Williams gives it to Thomas. Thomas tries to keep it alive, and that's one back in there by Bott. And a challenge.
Leicester have got to use it.
Clear in there. T-Bow now.
This has got to be that is a better clearance out. Actually, what she needed to do the first time.
Touched on by Tierney, doesn't quite come off. Beulah there. Goes back to a goalkeeper. Takarada will put her under pressure. Kopp sends it forwards. Howard. Here's O'Brien.
Oh, good. Well, got out of the way from the referee.
From the ref. Here's the ball out wide. Mamiki. Swings it in towards the back post. Neville wins the header. O'Brien can keep this alive now. Strong tackle. Brilliant stuff. T-Bow. Smashes it forwards. It's headed down in there. Drew Spence. The clearance isn't convincing. Sherwood keeps it alive. It's bounced around on the edge of the area. And it's
just not
Drew
falling.
Spence who comes away with it. Wriggles past a few players. Gunnar Williams. Plays it across. It's O'Brien who picks up on it though. Needs an option. Sherwood. Ale. Here's Mace.
Oh, looks for mine. Takarada can't quite find her. It's just not falling for Leicester.
Alex says Aggie and Sandy on the wing stay. So it looks that way for Chelsea. It's either that or a 4-4-2 with Aggie and Myra and then Cat on the right wing. What I expect to be the 4-2-3-1 with Cat playing in the 10.
Still got 4 minutes. Still 4 minutes. Plenty of time.
Neville sends it forward. Leicester in possession. T-Bout into Sherwood. Lovely flick from Mate into O'Brien. O'Brien lifts into the box.
Oh,
cleared away again in there by Bartrick. Now with Ash Neville. England tries to flick it on. T-Bow stops her getting there. Howard will clear it. One back in there by Drew Spence. He'll be roughed up by Sherwood and a really good tackle there. Heaslip has to get involved as the fourth official.
But just stick the board in the way.
There's no reason for to do that. Just felt like getting involved.
Another change for Leicester. They've taken, that's Howard come off, so they're throwing another attack. Also, Takarada's come off.
Kakshmar. I don't know if
I got their strikers number 6. Long throw. 3 minutes now. It's a great header from Ale. It just hasn't fallen. Like, things just don't fall for Leicester. Clearances just end up at a Tottenham shirt. Oh, Mace, that's tidy.
And now here come Leicester. Kakshmar forced down by Neville. And that looked like a push to me.
It's very aggressive. That was on the line.
It just shoved.
Yeah. It was on the line of a barge and a push.
But the thing is, because it's her arm, it's her hands, she pushes her out. It's not like she just barged her. She has just shoved her. Chance now for Tottenham. Marta Thomas bearing in on goal. Important chance for us to meet Ale.
But it's going to be a Tottenham corner, which is more important than anything for Tottenham. Just to keep the ball up.
Surely they just go short and hold it in this corner now for a couple of minutes. Game management at this point.
Very much so.
One shot, a goal from an own goal.
Wow.
Somehow they lead with 2 minutes of additional time left.
I've never seen the like. I've never known a football team to win a game with one shot. And that shot wasn't even the goal they scored.
Yeah.
Just wow. Minute and a half, but as you say, with this court, I mean, why are Tottenham putting this in the penalty area?
Cleared away.
What a bizarre thing to do. Is that not a handball from Neville? Apparently not. Mace does well to win it back though.
Sends it up the line.
Oh, brilliant running from the new substitute who looks to again have been fouled.
Yeah. Just lumped into there by Bartrick.
Oh, that's now a big. Now a bit. It's all kicking off.
The Tottenham bench are holding on to the ball. The Leicester coach has gone over to try and get it back, and then the Tottenham coach has shoved him. And now, the ref doesn't need to get involved with this. Heaslip can deal with all this, and the Tottenham bench know what they're doing here. He's held on to the ball.
And now, but now I hate the fact Heaslip's got to explain this to the referee.
There's a red card for the Leicester coach for trying to retrieve the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, he's explaining. That I think that should be at least a yellow.
The reason will be is that he's left his own technical area to go into the opposition's, and he's gone and grabbed the bloke to try and get the ball back.
Well, but he's the ref. It's the Tottenham coach that has shoved him and then had words.
Oh, yeah, but you can't.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't think either are in the wrong.
No.
And
it's been a tense game. It's been a really tense game, and that is frustration from Leicester because, as coaches, they've coached their team perfectly today.
It's just not gone in.
They've set themselves up so well,
and they'll get waved at by the Tottenham fans. But ultimately, the results have come for Tottenham this season, but the performances have not been there.
Heavy.
And eventually, the underlying numbers will come true. That data will come true.
Mm.
You can't win many games of football by not having shots. They've had one shot a game. Usually T-Bow gets player of the match, which says it all.
Yeah.
It's not gone to a Tottenham player and they're winning.
It was one of those where they got luck. They got fortunate the first season, and as you say, it's one of those where you think it would end going in the second half. It keeps up today, but I'll be very stunned if it does. But they've won the game, and fair enough to them.
Yeah, and that is full time here at the Gordon Group Stadium. Tottenham 1, Leicester City 0. Somehow, Tottenham have won this game of football. They didn't have a shot on target all game. They had one shot in the second half, which was one of the worst shots to them this season. Yet an own goal from Janina Leipzig in the 3rd minute or 5th minute, something like that, has settled today's game.
Yeah.
It'll be a source of real frustration for Leicester because they deserve something from this match. Ultimately, it just hasn't quite come, though. Tottenham, 3 points. It takes them only 3 points off Brighton now in the table, which is ridiculous. How are they there? Nobody knows.
That will be the most fortunate win we see in the OSL this season. It's one of the most fortunate wins I've ever for watching football for over a decade. It's one of the most fortunate wins I've ever seen. I've never seen a side be so lucky to win a football match.
Yeah.
But they've won it, and that's what matters. And I'm stunned, to be completely honest. Leicester, to be honest, for me, the way both sides have played this season and the way they play today, the two sides could very much be swapped over in the table. Tottenham, the way they play, should be the one struggling. They've just won a game where they didn't have a shot for 86 minutes.
Yeah.
But a 4th minute own goal from the opposition goalkeeper, and they've won the match.
Yeah, as Charlie says, how have Tottenham not lost? It's a utterly bizarre one. Leicester were the better side throughout. They'll feel annoyed because they won their duels. They were constant in the press. Their pressing was phenomenal. Their counter pressing was phenomenal. Their determination, their desire to constantly win the ball back was just phenomenal all game. But ultimately, the result just hasn't quite come. Tottenham were really poor, actually. Yeah. I think that it's a source of worry, I would say, for Tottenham fans. The thing is, they'll look at the table and they'll look at the results and say, well, it keeps ticking over. But and their run throughout this month is kind. They've got West Ham in the League Cup in the week. They play Crystal Palace next weekend. They've got Everton in the FA Cup after that. But the problem is when you get to February and they play Manchester United, Arsenal, Manchester City and Brighton, that's throughout Feb and March. They could lose all of those quite comfortably because this performance level is not. You can't sustain victories by playing like this.
And the worry is, obviously, it is a nice run for Leicester, yes. But there are...
That's for Tottenham.
Sorry, for Tottenham. But there are teams there that will look at the performance today and will fancy themselves. West Ham are a side who can punish teams. Everton, this Brian Sorensen team, could absolutely pick apart the Tottenham side if they played like they did today. And even Crystal Palace. Palace will fancy themselves to get a result. They won't get away with that. They won't get away with playing like that again this season.
No, because there's no other team in the league that has scored only 3 goals.
Yeah.
Other teams will find a way to score goals. As for Leicester, they face Liverpool next weekend. They've got Everton the weekend after that and Aston Villa. There's some big games there. Because, yes, Liverpool look good this weekend, but I still think there's an opportunity there. Everton's a must-win. Villa's, at the moment, it's a must-win based on where they are in the table. Leicester have got us. The performances are there. They're playing really well.
Yeah.
But they've got to start turning those performances into results. They've got to start picking up the points. Because if not, they're going to find themselves in a really tough spot because it's tight relegation. And you've got to feel they're unlucky today because they're the better side throughout. They deserve to win. You look at the reaction there of the Leicester fans, the Leicester players. They know the performance was brilliant today.
They're all positive, and I think that is crucial, and that is the thing for Leicester. Stick with Mikel, but you look at it and it is smiles, and people will go, "Oh, you shouldn't be. They're in a relegation fight. They've just lost the game." But that's not the way they're playing. They're playing like a side who deserve to be mid-table. If they could score, genuinely believe if they were on form, if they were playing very well, they could have won this game 4 or 5-0 today. And to be fair, without the own goal from Leipzig to start, they would have drawn the game, if not won it. Because if Tottenham weren't defending a lead, I think that would have given Leicester even more to go on. And because Tottenham went defensive towards the end to protect what they had. Yeah. If it was 0-0, Tottenham might have gone for the game, and that would have made it actually easier for Leicester to score. So for Leicester, keep doing what you're doing, because it will come. That clearly
sign a striker.
Yeah, have to sign a striker.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that wraps up this morning's coverage. We'll be back in a couple of hours. 4 hours' time for the Manchester derby. In the meantime, we're going to go and watch the other WSL fixtures. Arsenal leading by a goal to nil. Chelsea kicking off in 30 minutes' time. That, though, is everything for this morning's coverage. I hope you have enjoyed. As I say, we'll be back later this evening for the big one. The Manchester derby. Yes. Man City versus Manchester United. That, though, is everything for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching, and we'll see you in a bit. Bye.